But keep it there on YouTube. Let's make sure it grabs it.
Vasquez as well is up to the left shoulder, so watch
Yep,
out.
there it goes. Now it's save and close.
The weather forecast. Well,
Okay, but shouldn't we get a picture here?
Yeah, it'll pop.
Okay, very good. Okay, good. Okay.
Well, what sucks is you got to do it every fucking day, man.
Gotcha. But I can.
With Facebook, you said it's saved for 7 days. I've had to do it every fucking time or it doesn't work.
Yep. I know. So on this one here, do I get out of it and then go to the regular as far as with the chat, or this is the screen?
Yeah, you need to keep this up.
Gotcha. Okay.
You can still go to the regular if you want.
Gotcha. Okay. No, I won't.
And then make sure your Facebook started.
Yep.
Isn't that bizarro, man?
Sure is.
If it would keep the stream key, I would love it, but it makes you do it every single time.
Gotcha.
iHeartAdbuilder.com.
No, that definitely is
Boy,
different.
they're beating the hell out of that poor woman.
Who?
The Senate panel.
Oh, that.
The Democrats are just giving her all kinds of shit. It's her confirmation hearing. They're pushing this thing through quick.
Already approved, not pre-qualified, approved. All you need is the appraisal. 303-867-7.
All right, I'm going to make sure I can connect here.
All right, guys, you're on about 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Yeah, gotcha. Conditions call 445 ideal.
When he's not talking about it, he's tweeting about it.
Tom, you must be on 2.
Troubleshooter at Real Tom Martino. And stay connected with all of
Jeez, we only got one group. Okay, I'm gonna mute you.
right now at 6:30 K-House. It's your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword HAPPY to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates of
All right, guys, 5 seconds. Here you go.
HAPPY to 200-200.
Have a great show.
Talk 303-713-8255. This is the only show you go to when you need problems solved, questions answered, action gotten. We've recovered so much money in this last couple of weeks alone. So many good things are happening, and all you have to do is call. If you're listening live, you call 303-713-TALK. Live is Mountain Time, 10 a.m. in the morning till 2 in the afternoon weekdays, or Eastern Time, that would be noon to 4. Now listen, if you're not listening live, if you are among our millions of podcasters, our pod receivers or listeners, all you have to do is call 303-MARTINO. Now you can call that 24/7, and we will get back to you and put you on the show. So you will be part of the show if you need help. Or you can email us, help@troubleshooter.com. We're live on Facebook, live on YouTube, on the iHeartRadio app, of course, on our flagship station, KHLW in Denver. So welcome aboard. This hour brought to you by RealCBDThatWorks.com. All you have to do is go to that website, RealCBDThatWorks.com, and you will get 30% off by using Tom in the promo code. That's 30% off. What's on your mind today, and how can we help you? All you have to do is call us, 303-713-TALK. We'll go right to the phones, but we have a lot of stuff going on in the news. We have recovered some stuff you're going to hear about. I hope this show you're not going to believe, like a new roof for someone or she was told she's getting a new roof once we started looking into it, and I hope to be able to report that in a few minutes. Okay, so Deputy Doc is playing it safe because one of his people that he plays cards with had a COVID test and it came out positive, so he decided not to be here. He decided not to be here today, and he's having a test done. Now, if Deputy Doc turns positive, then we're going to go get tests, Dano and I. So that's the way we do it. And we're just playing it safe, have common sense. 303-713-TALK. I need to bring up a bunch of stuff. Voyagers International in Wheat Ridge. These people, honest to God, I've looked at the correspondences they sent with their letters. They arranged, for many years now they've been doing it, they arrange student trips to Europe. mostly musical trips, kids and bands that go visit other venues and play. But this trip scheduled in the middle of the pandemic obviously was postponed and then canceled. And they said they had no choice but to cancel. And then they said they pointed people to the clause that says if there's any cancellation for any reason, they get to keep the money. Now, that's the weird thing about cancellation. I've often wondered about cancellation. I can see if cancellation is your fault and you don't show up or want to go. These tour places have to hold you accountable. Otherwise, what would happen if half of the people decided they're not going to go and they're not going to pay? There has to be some penalty. But when the tour company itself cancels, that's the part that truly puzzles me. So that's where they're invoking the cancellation clause. They canceled, they're invoking the clause. That's the puzzlement. Now, I have a follow-up here somewhere. I'm looking for it as I speak. And in this follow-up, they say they do have a clause in their contract that allows them to do this. Everyone I talked to said, nope, no clause in the contract that we could see. But the more we looked, the more we saw that there were some definite words in there about the pandemic. And I'm going to look for it right now and read it to you.
Yeah, what does it say?
Mark, I found it, and I'm looking for it. I don't have it right in front of me, but I'll find it. So right now, instead of being half attention to what I'm saying and half looking, what I'm going to do is take a few calls, and then during a break, I'll look for it. But I could swear I remember seeing it, and it said that if the state, it actually talked about a State Department or recommendations not to travel or unsafe to travel, and I'll get to it. Meanwhile, if you have any problems, give us a call at 303-713-TALK. Now, when we say problems, we don't just mean you've already been screwed and you need to get your money back. We love getting involved beforehand. Thank goodness many of you have learned to call us ahead of time if something sounds fishy. We love doing that. We love helping you. Now, one thing that I will say that comes up a lot, and the only reason I'm bringing this stuff up is because we're getting to the end of the year, and if you had hail damage this year, there wasn't much, but if you had hail damage and didn't get it fixed and decided to keep the money and say, you know what, our roof's not leaking, no big deal, let me explain on a car and on a home what happens. Or let Mark explain. Mark, when people keep their hail damage and they don't fix it, what happens? Mark? Hello? Is he there?
You got me, Tom?
Yeah, I got you now, sir. Go ahead.
All right, cool. So, well, you basically, if you continue to insure it, you're never going to get paid if it happens again.
Or you'll get paid a reduced amount if they can differentiate. But it really muddies the waters.
Well, and if you have a mortgage on the house, you could even be in more trouble because you promised to keep that house up to snuff, keep their security in good shape.
That's right. And therefore, you're not allowed to just let it go. So many people think they're beating the system, and they're not. Now, with a car thing, you're really weird. Like, if you buy one of these damaged cars at a dealership, they're not going to cover you for your next damage when it comes to comprehensive. They're going to say, this had previous damage. And it's so difficult to separate the previous from the current. For example, even if you got a fender bender, that fender bender, they may say, no, we're not covering it because the car was diminished anyway in value from this amount from the damage, and they're going to kind of take that percentage off. Many times it negates any claims that you have. So don't fall for these ads about hail sales. And of course, we're not having many now, but if you're going to buy a hail damaged car, you better get it fixed. And there you have to add the cost of fixing it because it's no longer insurance on your part. And the cost you're saving buying the car. Add them up. And it better be a substantial savings even after adding them up, or it's not worth buying. So,
the math never lies either. If it cost, if they're discounting it $6,000, which could seem to be a lot, but it cost $5,000
right, or
even $7,000 to fix, you're crazy to buy it.
Or even if it, like, let's say, they're giving you $6,000 on the $6,000 discount, and it costs you $3,000. you figure, okay, I'm 3 to the good. But if you take that car with hail damage and you now figure out what it's worth, it could be worth less than even the amount you have invested in it. It's always the amount you have invested in it that counts. And really, I mean, and forget the notion. So many people say, what difference does it make if I keep a car, what the residual or future value is? It doesn't matter.
Well,
really.
if it ever got totaled, that would come up really quick. I mean, think about that. Someone else hits you, it's their fault, but you have a hail-damaged car, you owe X amount of money on it, but the other insurance company sees that it has hail damage, and basically you won't even get what you owe on the loan.
So what I was saying is, even though people say, well, this is my forever car, I'm going to lease it and put miles on it and buy it, who cares? Or I don't care if it has diminished value, I'm going to buy an insurance wreck and fix it or whatever. Even though you think it might be a forever car, I can't tell you how many times it turns out not to be. Whether it's wrecked or not, it's just a bad idea to ever think of a car as a forever car and think that it doesn't matter what you invest in it. It always matters what you invest in it, including homes. Don't ever get buried, because math never makes good. It never makes good when you're behind the 8 ball, when you're in negative equity, or when you have a depreciating asset. It never pays to be stupid, never, because you'll never make up for it. We have more coming up. Get your calls, 303-713-TALK. You can get right through. Did someone lie to you? Rip you off? We want to know about it.
Homeowners experiencing...
I got him. Got him, yeah.
Hey, Dan.
Yep.
Did you see that fucking Dak Prescott injury? Holy fuck.
No, I didn't, but I seen he broke. He's out for the year.
Oh my God, man, it was brutal. I've seen the video numerous times. That foot is hanging. It's fuck, man.
All right, here you go. Doug Pro short, home best short.
Is it like who that guy from the Redskins and stuff that had when he broke his leg?
You know, when you have a home and you clean it and then the air goes through your ducts and makes it dirty again, what good is it? Don't just think you need your carpets and your upholstery and everything else done. You need your duct work done as well, at least every 3 years or so. And Duct Pros Colorado is the company to do it. DuctProsColorado.com. Right now, they're offering this special for Martino listeners, $290 for an average home. Now, if you have more than 10 vents, it's $15 for each additional vent, but it's free antimicrobial fogging for the asking, which kills all pathogens. DuctProsColorado.com, 303-578-3510. That's 578-3510. Now let's talk about home investors. These are guys that buy up properties around the Denver metro area. Now listen, you may think, why do I want to sell my house that way? Because you may have a house that has deferred repairs, or you don't want a home inspection, you don't want to pay commissions, you don't want to list, you don't want to show, you just want to sell. Get a bid, free of charge, with no obligation, and you're not obligated to sell, so you never know. It may be a great deal, maybe not, but you won't know unless you call. Here's the number, 800-44-BUYER. Pass it around, 800-44-BUYER.
Strike 3.
Man, it's sad as shit watching this video. Dude, he is crying big.
What is he talking about? What is he talking
You're
about?
talking about Dak Prescott.
Yeah, you know it's,
Painful?
you know that injury is bad. I don't think he's crying. Holy shit. I don't think he's crying over the pain of the injury, but I think he's crying over he knows that is really bad.
Yeah, he's out. I'll have to look at it.
It's a sad video, man. When they're toting him away, he is just bawling.
On himself. The largest...
Just look it up on YouTube, Dak Prescott.
Now taking the rules could help radicals bankrolling a campaign to...
Holy shit, man.
Defunding local police departments.
Fuck.
Government healthcare costing taxpayers up to $2,300 a year. John Hickenlooper broke the rules and sold us out. Hickenlooper.
Damn Hickenlooper.
Last thing needed in Washington. People like NRSC.
I gotta try to find this damn
NRSC is responsible for...
Voyager thing. I thought I had it.
Rates are like a roller coaster lately. Are you concerned about the future and how to protect your home? Do you want to become mortgage safe? Take AIM, affordable interest mortgage. With home values still at their highest level ever and rates at historic lows, now may be the best
Okay,
time.
I think I have
Hey,
it.
when are they going to make up that Broncos game?
Lost their home when it was unnecessary. Take aim. 720-895-0500.
Next Sunday.
Has the ability to tap their equity.
Really? They didn't have a game next Sunday?
Without having to borrow the
I don't know. I know the game's next Sunday. It was going to be yesterday, or was going to be today, but then that didn't work.
Your family. Call Affordable Interest Mortgage at 720-895-0500. That's 720-895-0500. We are locally owned and operated since 2001. Our reputation of putting you first with straight answers and listening are unmatched in Colorado. Let us help you protect your home. Take aim.
I have the contract, Mark, from them now.
You have it?
Yeah.
Send it to me. I want to see it.
Okay, I'm going to send just the part that deals with it because it's so wordy I had a problem finding it. Now this is what they say, so this is in their letter. I'm just sending you that part. This is
I think I'm looking at it.
Hold on, I'll send it.
To get Medicare with more. Remember, Medicare annual enrollment ends December.
I really want to know what he finds with his test. I fully expect I'm going to get it eventually here. I don't know how I not. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
But thankfully, they're offering a way out. The Fresh Start Initiative. If you qualify, it could save you thousands. We're the experts at Optima Tax.
Here it is, Mark.
We'll fight to get you the best possible.
I just sent it by text.
1575. 800-960-1575.
See if you got it.
There it is, force majeure.
Did you see it?
The third-party supplier.
Cars for Kids. We're a recognized 501c3 charity organization, so you'll receive a maximum tax deduction.
No, I don't see where they're hanging their hat. Did you send it to me?
Yeah.
Also on the web at carsforkids.com.
What the fuck is this?
They should have just put in the Luna clause. They would have been done.
Yeah, they would. No, I do not. I don't get your emails.
No, you got my text.
Oh, you texted it. Hold on.
The all-new Audible gives you more than ever before with a premium selection of bestsellers and new releases.
All right, 10 seconds. You got it.
Books, podcasts, originals, and more to listen to all you want. Try it for 30 days. Visit audible.com.
By the way, FrankDuran, for buying and selling real estate, feeling protected, getting a free market valuation. And I mean it. He'll go through your home and see what it'll take to sell on the market, and he's more accurate than Zillow and the others because he sells hundreds and hundreds of homes a year. That's FrankDuran, a free market evaluation. That's right. And the number is 303-920-1622. Here is, Mark, that part of the contract that I'm outlining right now. It says, now this is what they say in their letter, okay? I should say I don't have the contract. I have their letter which quotes the contract. Now I'm just thinking they'd be insane to quote their contract if it didn't exist because they're writing it to all of the customers that have a contract. So I'm just going to read what they say in their letter to the parents. This letter was sent out to parents, and it was sent out, well, there's no date on it, but it says the contract states, and then they quote, in the event that the U.S. State Department issues a travel advisory against travel to Europe for any reason which applies to your scheduled travel dates and specific itinerary cities, and such advisory warning clauses, VIL, which is Voyagers International, whatever, okay, to cancel. So warning causes VIL to cancel a tour or tours. Cancellation shall be made in accordance with, and monies with will be refunded subject to the cancellation schedule set forth in this contract. In accordance with such advisory warning, VIL would only cancel your tour within 10 days prior to your tour scheduled dates. The president of VIL has his sole discretion, the right to cancel any VIL tour in case of war or terrorism or any other reason. See, that's the part where it basically says, but I think you could say the State Department was recommending against travel. I don't know. But anyway, they have that added clause which says the president of VIL has in his sole discretion the right to cancel any VIL tour in case of war or terrorism or any other reason. And refund shall be made in accordance with cancellation schedule set forth in this application contract. Whew. Then
I don't think it matters what's in there. Let me tell you why. I could write a contract between me and you and trick you into signing it because most people don't read anything because they think it's fair and equitable. You can't put something in a contract like, hey, you're giving me $10,000, but I can keep it and do nothing. You can't invoke the Luna clause for no reason, Tom. To me, that seems like a Luna clause.
And then it says here, they're writing to the parents. It did not matter whether the government issued a travel advisory or if the president of VIL decided in his discretion to cancel the summer tours. The cancellation fee schedule applies. By canceling in March and not waiting until April or May, each participant was insured the greatest amount of refund and the least cancellation fee. They're saying they did them a favor by doing it sooner than later. But let's talk about this. Contracts that are ruled, there are contracts that judges look at and say, this is unconscionable. What do they mean by that? They mean it's kind of ridiculous, like the Luna clause. We say the Luna clause because Luna Construction has this contract that we often refer to, and we laugh about it. But I would say, in my humble opinion, the Luna contract would be probably ruled unconscionable. It basically, here's the Luna. I have the Luna. I have it right in front of me. Here's the Luna contract, and basically, it should basically go to music. Whatever Luna wants, boom, Luna gets. It says, it's so ridiculous. Let me pick a phrase here. This contract can be terminated at any given time by Luna. That's it. And it says. And then, if there are any altercations that are considered unacceptable, such as discrimination, any type of verbal or physical abuse towards owners, managers, or workers of Luna, or if the client changed his mind without prior notice, and if he or she refused the material Luna used. So what does that mean? If Luna used bad material and they cancel, you start putting up balsa wood and Melba toast, and they don't like it. And it says, at the same time of breaking the contract, that deposit the client given will be lost in his entire. Now, some other parts of this Luna clause they're laughable. The remaining...
Yeah, but even forget about the language. It's obvious they don't know how to write a contract, but just even what they're trying to do, if they spelled it out correctly, is still ridiculous.
It says here, right here, another clause. If client/homeowner or Luna decides to break contract, the money given to Luna will not be returned, no exceptions. I mean, this is what you call unconscionable. But there's just no way to win this. Luna could sign that contract and decide she wants to cancel it, and it's over. That's what this is saying. This one section in here where it says, in his sole discretion, the right to cancel any tour. And it says, but listen, in case of war or terrorism, no. For any other reason. That's right there. Or for any other reason. For any other reason. Okay.
Unconscionable, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to know from an attorney if they think this could be enforceable. And we got to take this. We got to take this case. We either take it as a joinder with all these people, but Daphne, the note to the Colorado Attorney General, do we know for a fact they're opening a case on this, or are we just making noise?
Let's ask Marco.
Yeah, Marco's a good go-to guy. He is. But Daphne, you put the note up there, right? Voyagers International. Here's the Colorado, the website.
Yeah. So this is the website, and this is what they said, that you need to file you go to the coag.gov, and then go to file a complaint, and then consumer fraud. And the more people they get, It'll light a fire under them.
That's what they're saying. So
yes,
it's Voyagers International is what we're talking about, and they're pretty much out of business. All of the furniture's gone. They still have an attorney being hired here now. COAG.
What did we think? How much money did we think it was altogether across the country?
They estimated $5 million. But hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let's get this straight now. Colorado Office of Attorney General is COAG.gov. COAG.gov. File a complaint. Mention Voyager. Let's do it. Now, speaking of across the country, we do have a lot of people ripped off by this. So if you hear about it, tell them about this, to go to the Attorney General in Colorado, even though they sold it to you in your state. They're based here in Colorado.
And Tom, we're going to have another one on probably tomorrow that is another trip, same situation, but it was a trip to Disney World, and they're keeping $2,000 a person.
This sucks. I'd like to know that, by the way, their stars are real low, but how do we find out their Better Business Bureau rating? Just for jokes. Can somebody look for that? You know why I say that?
I'll look it up.
I say that because Don Eiley kept $20 million from people in an accounting scam. He has an A+ on the Better Business Bureau. All right, let's talk to Jim. Jim, what's going on, Jim? Welcome.
Yeah, Tom. I've got a problem. I don't know whether you're going to be able to help me or not. I mean, firstly, you're not the same Tom Martino 40 years ago that I remember, but...
What does that mean? Why would you start out insulting me, Jim? Why would you do that?
Well, I don't mean to insult you, because I called you with another problem about 7 or 8 years ago, and you kind of blew me off on the whole thing.
What was it? What was it?
That had to do with... Well, that had to do with Mike Shaw's Subaru.
And what was the problem? I don't remember. What was it?
Well, I mean, that one's that's so long ago. That doesn't matter. Let's deal with what's
Jim,
going on
let
now.
me explain something. There are some problems I can't help with. Okay? Because if if it's too late or somebody screwed themselves, it's not fair. I can't go back 6 or 7 years and say why I couldn't help you with that. But you say you're right, Jim. I'm not the same Tom Martino 40 years ago. Actually, if you really want to know the truth, we're getting more results now than we've ever done. That's the truth when it comes to money.
Well, that's why I'm calling about this new problem I have.
But just so you know, Jim, just so you know, you didn't set my mood into hey, let's help Jim because I don't want to be criticized again. Boo-hoo, poor is me. I don't work that way. Hold on, we'll come back to your problem, and let's make it a fresh start so you don't go back crying about the past.
This is...
I can't believe it. He starts off with an insult.
You know.
He must be the dumbest son of a bitch walking the planet. Hey, you're ugly as shit. You mind giving me a hand?
Hey, I tell you what, that Luna Claus is really here.
Hey, Luna Claus, man, I'll tell you what, by the time we die, that might be used nationwide.
Right. Here they say, Robert says this on Luna keep money, say you know travel.
No matter what, Luna keep money. No matter who canceled, Luna keep. If you don't like Luna material, Luna keep money. It is the best. You know, really, when she came on the air, though, I don't think they, did it to, rip people off.
Right. You
I
probably...
don't think they knew what they were doing. I think what they really meant was, listen, if you're not going to be reasonable, fuck you. I think really that's what they were saying.
Right, but they did the contract themselves.
And that guy's just, whoever signs that...
K&H Home Solutions is a company I've dealt with for more than 30 years, and I fully back them for all of your home solutions. They do siding and windows and doors, even gutters and roofs. They do all kinds of custom-made windows, beautiful windows, fixed light and double hung and sliders and crank opens. List casement, they call them. Listen to this now. You'll save at least 25% off your windows and doors this month and a free upgrade to triple pane glass. And that's what they're doing. 35% off windows, siding, and doors. Listen to this. 35% off in October. 35% off windows, siding, and doors. And all you have to do is donate 3 food items or more to K&H Food Drive, and you'll get an additional 5% for a total of 40% off. Are you hearing me, right? 35% off window siding and doors. If you donate 3 food items or more, you will get an extra 5% for a total of 40% off. khwindows.com to make your own appointment or call for details. 303-421-7100.
I just, when you bring
Damn,
up...
I had their old script up there at the same time, and it's confused the shit out of me. Damn it.
I just can't keep from laughing. You bring up the Luna clause. It's just so funny. You know, that's going to court.
It is?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah. He's taking a small claims court.
The Luna clause might win.
It'll be funny. We should go to that when they do. I should ask him when he's going to do it. We could go to the... sit in on that. I'll do that.
Whatever Luna want, Luna get. Did you learn how to pace? No, you didn't. Without screwing me up over here. You can't.
No, I haven't paced yet. Oh, I haven't done anything lately. No. Well, down there and stuff.
Yeah.
Is there any way you can make so? I don't know. It seems when I paste in there, it
breaks
goes.
It all up.
Yeah, it breaks it to half.
Why?
I don't know.
Because you're not paste values only. You paste values only.
And that's what I do. Okay, so here, let's see. I'll try pasting this one on YouTube. Okay, so...
Go ahead, let me see what you're
doing. Okay,
You
so...
guys get your ballots?
Yep, I did.
I didn't get mine yet.
Here, let's see.
Stephanie,
I couldn't find yours.
Stephanie already voted.
So right there, I paste right there.
Okay, did you copy?
So I do a Control-C.
Yeah, okay, go ahead. Now, before doing a Control-V, do right-click. I'm going to show you something. Right? Do right-click. And then go paste.
Special?
Yeah.
Ah, damn,
I
don't know why that does it. Well, it keeps on dropping. Okay.
What the hell? Do I see you doing this to you? Right-click. Now paste special. And then go values only.
Oh, okay.
Wait, still did it.
Yeah.
Did it, didn't it?
Yeah.
Now undo that. Control-Z. Now let's go right-click. Let's try another one. And let's go paste special. Let's just see. And then do...
Oh, because it dropped down. You know what I'm going to have to do, I think?
What do you mean?
I'm going to have to...
Down. What do you mean?
I'm going to have to just do this upper one first.
No, that's stupid. That's
just
stupid.
Do that?
You shouldn't have to do that.
Okay.
You shouldn't have to do that. It should be able to post the whole damn
Maybe
thing.
if I just do this and don't do the name. Let's try that.
Yeah, but what difference does that make?
I don't know. That's just...
Healthy cereal for your family.
He's got him.
Okay. So I won't. So his name is basically on another
different
line.
column.
So I won't be able to put his name in.
Okay.
Okay. That's okay. Luna keep money. Say you know travel.
You know like boat. You know travel.
I just think that just cracks me up.
Call Luna can keep money.
You know that's going to court.
What's that?
The Luna.
God, I can't wait to see how the judge rules on the Luna clause.
Maybe one of us should go down there.
Fuck, it would be worth it, man.
I think they frown on...
I don't think they'll even look at the language in the contract, though. All they're going to do is... The judge
Mark, you go down there, you get thrown in jail.
Honest to God.
Yeah.
Tell him he's going to get thrown in jail. He goes there.
Do you think if we filmed it, will you get thrown in jail?
I can't go there. I guarantee I ain't going.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. I'm going to go back to Jim, by the way, and he says, I hope you can help me. You didn't help me 6 or 7 years ago with a problem with Shaw, and now I'm calling with another problem, and you ain't the Tom Martino I knew 40 years ago. So, with that in mind, let's take a stab at today's problem with Jim, and Jim wants to talk about Best Buy. What's going on, Jim?
Okay. So on the 4th of October, which was a Sunday, we had an appointment with Best Buy to take my computer in, or my laptop computer. And so they were going to upgrade upgrade all the software in my computer to Windows 10 and security software, and they were going to do an overall inspection of my computer. So when we got there was actually two people from the Geek Squad that was helping us at the time, and we had the computer on. They were going through the computer and everything with us. The computer was running fine. And so we went back up there on Saturday, this last Saturday, to pick the computer up, and they say, well, you got a problem with your graphics card because it had gotten moisture in. Somebody had spilled something and got moisture in on your computer, and now you're going to. And I'm like, what? Wait a minute, let's back up. First off, nobody's ever spilled nothing on that computer. I don't even drink around my computer and stuff. And the guy goes, well, he goes, there's moisture got into it. Somebody spilled something. And I said, well, moisture got onto that computer. It happened here because that computer was running perfectly fine when we dropped it off.
So, Jim, the only reason you brought it to Best Buy was for what reason?
Well, because I've had a lot of success with Best Buy helping me with my computers in the past.
What did you want done specifically?
Well, that's what I said. They were updating the software. They were going to put Microsoft. I was going from Windows 7 up to Windows 10.
That's what I'm getting at. So, but do you have the ticket? So when you dropped it off, the ticket doesn't say investigating problem. It says updating software.
Yes, it does.
And now they say somebody spilled something.
Yes. Well, yeah, they're saying somebody, all right, and they're inferring me.
Okay. Now, Jim.
Hold on. Now, this is really important, Tom.
Yeah.
So when we were there, the guy, he took some spray and they wiped off and they cleaned the computer completely up. And when they brought it out to me on Saturday, he showed it to me on Saturday. He goes, well, see, you can see there's been liquid spilled all over it. And I said, dude. I said, how could there be liquid spilled all over it when they cleaned it that day when we were in here? So that had to have happened here.
So, Jim, you can't even see the screen anymore? I don't understand that. Is the screen completely dead?
What do they say is wrong with it right now?
Let me put the rest of this together, and then this is all going to click to you why I know it was them. There no doubt about it. I know it was them. So this is what's going. So if the thing wasn't working properly when they got it, according to them now, if the thing wasn't working properly because of liquid being on the inside from somebody spilling something, then because they made me buy an external hard drive so they could take all my data off and put it on the external.
Right, Jim, how did they transfer it if it wasn't working correctly? We get you, man. We get you. You see, isn't that what you're saying? How did they transfer the data to begin with?
I'm sure they just pulled the hard drive. That's not a big deal.
No.
Well, no, but the thing also was, Tom, they when you turn the computer on, the screen does come up just a little bit, and you can see it's thinking, but it won't go past the thinking stage, and you can see where they actually did put the new Microsoft 10 in there. So they actually did get the stuff back in there, but somewhere along the line they spilled liquid in there.
Jim, what you say seems logical. The most logical part seems to me is that you said they cleaned it and looked at it, and now something spilled. They're showing you stains after they cleaned it.
Right.
Yes. Okay, so here's what I'd like to do. I'd like to contact Best Buy. Do we have an angel there still?
I need to check.
Okay.
But hold on a second, guys. Let's say they did spill something on it. We're talking about, I assume it's a laptop, right?
Correct.
That's 11 years old? Is that about right?
No.
I mean, Windows 7 came out in 09.
How old is it, Jim?
That computer, I think, is only 8 years old.
Okay, but Jim.
Okay, but my point is, how much do you think that's worth? Because I can buy that all day long for $50.
What we're saying, Jim, is the ultimate loss. Hold on now. The ultimate loss would be that computer with the work that you had scheduled, or your money back in that computer, but nothing better. In other words, they don't have to get you a new laptop because you had an old laptop. Do you remember the core in that? Do you remember what It had.
It's an i7.
Whoa, that's not. Wait a minute. It's an i7.
It's an i7.
No,
it's
not that old. It's not that old.
Well, it might not. I'm not real sure. I'm just guessing. I'm not real sure. But I've already. When we were up there that day talking to the Best Buy, I was asking the guy whether they needed to maybe upgrade any of the drivers or any of the stuff in it, and he completely looked through that computer and he goes, no. He goes, you have a perfectly good computer here. And he goes, all you need is an upgrade on your software. And he told me that day, and he's got it on the work ticket as well.
Okay, by the way, just so you know, Jim, from now on, or anyone listening, Colorado Computers will come to you and do all of that. You don't have to go to Best Buy. But, Jim, right now, one step at a time. We have to contact Best Buy with your logic to see what they think about it, because it does sound logical that if they ran into a problem, it would have been before they did all the upgrading, or they would have run into it. And how do they look at a stain on that thing that they cleaned off if what you're telling me is true? Now, do you have the name of the technician or anyone specifically who worked on it?
No, I don't. But I can tell you this much. I did talk to the assistant store manager.
Yeah.
His name was Mark, M-A-R-C.
What? Tell me what store it is.
This is the Best Buy on 104th and I-25.
Okay.
What did he say?
What did he say? I confronted him about all the same things that I just told you, and he goes, well, we didn't do it.
Okay.
We don't allow technicians to have any beverages on their workstation.
Jim, if that's true, we got, that's the problem. We're going to have a level of proof. If they swear...
I don't mind calling over there. I'm trying to figure out what you really want, though, Jim. What am I asking for? Did they charge you?
He wants his computer to work, or a similar computer in working condition.
Oof.
Right, Jim?
Yes, absolutely.
Or maybe, Jim, what if they gave you a really good discount on a better computer?
No, because I just bought a brand new Dell computer out of that store.
Yeah, they should take better care of him. Listen, let's find out if we have an angel. If not, we're going to give it to Mark to call over there. Now, listen, let's try there. Let's start there. But I want to tell you a story, Jim. Only an idiot would work on a computer in a shop with an open Pepsi or Coke, and then when they're all done fixing it, spill it and ruin the entire...
Shut up! Shut up, Martino!
You know what I'm thinking of?
Ouch!
Oh, Mark and I were spent...
20 years ago!
We spent 6 hours at Aspen Computer after hours in the back room, and we're laughing and drinking and laughing and drinking, and we're all done. It was... We're about to fire it up, and I don't know which one of us did it, but the Coke bottle goes over, and it fills...
Now, wait. You just said it. Who drinks Diet Coke? It sure ain't me.
Oh, my God. It was terrible. After all that work. So I can see where it could happen, but I doubt...
Do you remember what that computer was for?
The bus.
It was one of the very first GPS systems for your bus, and we're talking way before anybody had GPS.
Right. We were fitting it for a GPS. That's exactly right. And we were that's right. We were kind of tricking it into doing it in the bus. So, but we were like thinking we were on the evolution of technology, and
we were NASA,
and the damn Coke ruined everything. We have more coming up.
Clear. Mile High State Steam Pro in about a minute.
Tell your smart device to play 630 KHOW on iHeartRadio.
You can hear Russ Kaminsky in the morning.
Yeah, that was crazy shit.
Did you invoke the Luna clause? Luna says you drink Coke, you buy computer.
I think we literally got a blow dryer.
Sponsored by Audible.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic.
It never did seem to work for me.
No, it never worked right. God damn it.
I invoked the Mountain Peak Computer Club.
So they stopped selling Windows 7 in 2013.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that thing is somewhere between 7 and 11
Then
years
he
old.
can't have an i7.
No. i7 first gen is like 08, man.
Traffic flow getting back.
They're on generation 11 to give you an idea.
No, they have i9s are the latest, right?
Today, be careful outside. Got a high
Yeah, but each of them have a generation. i7, Gen 1, Gen 2.
Traffic and weather. I'm Pete Wagner. 6:30.
If you have an i7, Gen 1, or Gen 2, there's i5s that are 1,000 times quicker than it.
Okay, guys.
Audiobooks, podcasts, originals, and more to listen to all you want. The new Audible is your playlist for life. Download the Audible app to get started.
I'm trying to give you a recipe for a clean home. You heard me talking about cleaning ductwork in your home. Well, guess what? SteamProInc.com can clean your carpets with 100% green products and superheated water to 230 degrees. No pathogens live past that. That's right. It's a local company, SteamProInc.com. Upholstery, tile floors, countertops, even shower areas. And they can do, of course, your carpets. 3 rooms, just $89. 303-795-2222, 795-2222. MileHighEstatePlanning.com. Everyone should be calling Blake Harrison. I'm going to give you that number. Why? You need to protect your legacy, whether it's big or small or in between. You need it. Even a simple estate plan to say what to do if you're incapacitated, what to do after you die with your remains, those kinds of things, plus a simple will for what you own, or you may want a trust to pass through probate. Whatever you need, Blake Harris can accommodate you. And he will give you free initial consultations, answer all of your questions, and come up with a basic plan free of charge. Then, if you decide to go forward, no obligation, he flat rates everything he does for you so you know the price up front. Call Blake today, 833-ASK-BLAKE. 833-ASK-BLAKE.
Hey there, homeowner. You experiencing pipe leaks? Is your water bill unexpectedly high? Or are you suffering from low water pressure? These are signs of widespread pipe failure due to old, corroded, and shiny
I wonder if that guy walks into a restaurant and starts complaining about his last
high-quality packs or copper will permanently solve.
Takes them a while to get to the point.
No more leaks and great water pressure.
Hey, I'd like to order some tacos, but last time I was here, you guys really sucked.
Just 1 to 2 days at half the cost of a plumber with a lifetime guarantee. So say goodbye to leaks once and for all. Enjoy a pipe leak-free home and eliminate the risk.
Ooh, Jackie's got the video.
Call us today for your
what video?
I can't talk about it online.
Low price and receive 0% interest when
you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, okay.
I'm calling her right now. I want to see what the deal is. Hold on, I'm putting you on mute.
0086. That's 720-573-0086.
So many people are eligible for a lower mortgage rate, which means it might not be as quick of an experience as you'd expect. But I hope you understand, even if the process takes a little bit longer, you should not miss out. You can't afford to miss out because rates this low can save you up to, I don't know, $1,000 a month plus tens of thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. That kind of savings can help make a significant impact on your budget. Money that you could use for a new car, vacation, pay a doctor.
So you asked about Voyagers International, A+.
My friends at American Financing. They're a family-owned mortgage lender known for putting you first, listening to what you want and customizing a loan to achieve your goals. They work evening and weekends to fit your schedule. There's never any pressure, never any obligation, and never an upfront fee. So if you're ready to start saving some serious money, call American Financing. 303-695-7000 or AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 18234, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
I'm here to translate for a beautiful lab mix named Maggie. She's adopted. Maggie wants to tell you about Bobs for Dogs from Skechers. Maggie says that for every pair of Bobs sold, Skechers will make a donation to the Petco Foundation. And that they've already saved over 1 million sheltered pets, including dogs. And now you can find Bobs at over 500 Petco stores. Thanks, Maggie. Bobs for Dogs from Skechers. Available at Petco, Skechers, and wherever stylish shoes are sold.
Facing a job loss? Considering a pension buyout, a severance package, or what to do with your 401k? Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, and I can help. 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604.
Hi, Dan Cicchini, done my kitchens and baths, windows and doors. Take your home like it is, and we'll help you make it like you want it. Been doing just that successfully.
All right, Dan, I'll forward you an email. It's going to be a little bit before we have the video, though.
Okay.
About 30 seconds. In the morning. the show. What's on your mind? Tom Martino at 10.
It's wrong for people to get ripped off.
Michael Brown at 2.
I am fake news.
10 countless afternoons, 4 to 6.
Range. This is the one place you can do that.
Impacting your life. Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW. Online at KHOW.com. Denver's talk station.
All right, guys, you're back.
Here.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. We're here to help you. And we have emails for Best Buy we can send through, but I think we should call to the store. I think it's only fair that if you take a computer there and it's not fixed, and they say you need more stuff and it's due to liquid damage, why didn't they point that out when you dropped it off? How could they transfer information? How did they do all of that? I don't think they're going to have an easy answer for it. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So, Daphne, get the information. Let Mark call up there, see what he finds out.
I tried. He laughed and said he's at work. He doesn't have the number. So, Mark, you're going to have to look it up yourself, 104th and I-25.
Yeah, but did Jim give you his information, his name and all that?
No, I'll get it.
I mean, what you sound a little, what's going on, Daph? Is there something wrong with Jim or what?
No, he's perfectly fine.
Okay. I know. You just sounded like, oh, well, he laughed and said this, and then I'll get it. And I'm wondering if he's being a wise ass, don't help him. I mean, just find out, though. If he wants us to call, we'll call. June, what's going on with you, June?
Yes. I took my car into an auto body shop to have it fixed.
Yes.
And then, and they're supposed to be just fixing the bumper. I had a dent in it from an accident.
And did you get an insurance check on this?
Yes, insurance.
Okay.
What's it again, sir?
I wanted to know if insurance was paying for it or were you paying for it?
The insurance.
Okay, so what happened?
So when I get my car back, it's running, it's overheating, and it's not sounding right. You know, it don't drive. It has noise. It's making this noise.
Huh.
So I take it back to them, and then I show them. So first, the radiator fluid in the radiator, and it took all the fluid almost. And then when I adjusted to them, then I took it back. They said, bring it back. So I took it back in there. So there's a bungee cord. When I look up under the hood to put the radiator in, there's a bungee cord wrapped around in my engine. So I'm like, well, that's strange. That shouldn't be there because you're working on the bumper.
Right.
And so when I take it back, they tell me, well, they take the bungee cord, and then when I talked to the owner, he said that wasn't a bungee cord, and they don't know why it was there, and they don't know if they put it there, and if it was, it would have been for them to put it on like the hood to hold the light to fix the bumper. But that's not true because I asked on Friday for photos of all the photos that they took of my car.
June,
then I look
here's
at
what I don't understand. Here's what I don't understand. What's the problem with the car? You took it there. Did they fix the bumper?
Yes, they fixed the bumper, but now my car is overheating and is making this noise. And they're saying they don't know why, but it wasn't doing that when I took it in.
Okay.
And then
what was this cord they saw? What was this cord? Did they remove this cord?
Oh, after I took it back up there to them.
Okay.
It was on my car, and I took it. Go ahead.
I know. You took it off, though. Is it now still making noise and not running?
No, I didn't take it off. They took it off, and they have it.
Okay.
And my car's still overheating and still making that noise.
What would
and
I don't understand what fixing the bumper would have to do with overheating. Are you thinking they did something to your car?
Yes, because when I have pictures of where they have something lifted up on my engine with the bungee cord. They shouldn't have been up on my engine.
I don't even understand. You're saying there was a bungee cord attached to your engine, and they were doing something there. We got to figure out what you're talking about because you went in for a bumper to a body shop. When you get Most people just let it sit there.
Any idea what she's talking about? Should we call
She was supposed to send a picture of what the bungee cord was holding up.
June, can you ask June to send some pictures of Daphne?
Supplement your retirement, and along the way you get.
Dad said she emailed them to you.
Oh, okay.
And have a good amount for retirement. 303-779-6600.
I don't know why it takes so damn long for you to get emails.
Check out my video.
I don't know.
You gotta read this. This could be really good, Dano.
Oh, really? Is this the one we're thinking of?
Yeah, but I don't know why you can't get my phone.
I don't see any bungee. Where's the bungee cord?
From soil to sailor. This season, you can see benefits and take a step towards a potentially more profitable future by choosing Indigo microbial products for your hard red and soft red winter.
Oh, there's the bungee right there.
At your trusted local retailer, or visit Indigo
Is that it? Or no, that's just
Indigo.
no, that's just
What photo? What do you see in the photo?
I don't see a photo.
Daphne, is this photo of a bungee cord? Maybe. Let me just look at the other one. What the hell is this? What are we looking? What's this thing?
Where'd you see that?
I don't even know what I'm looking at. Okay, I don't see anything we're looking at here.
There's a bungee cord right there.
Okay, there. Okay.
That's holding up just the filter. They're just keeping that out of the way. That's just the air filter cover, right?
Right. But why would it be holding it up?
I don't think the hood would close with that like that.
I don't understand what the fuck just went on with this lady.
She's saying it's overheating. And I guess one of the things she's saying, why were they in the engine if they were working on the bumper? I don't know. Oh, geez, did I get a bunch? This website update one?
Do you see the bungee there on that first photo?
I don't see it on the first one. Which one is the first one, though?
The first one would be the third one, I guess.
Anyway, I see the bungee cord, and it seems to be holding up the air filter housing.
Yeah, but they wouldn't have left it like that.
Of course not. I don't even understand that.
Hey, someone send me that picture.
You want to forward that to Mark?
Why wouldn't
I don't got it.
Why wouldn't Harris say she would not stack the cord?
Oh, because I think they will.
They're going to add members?
Yeah.
Don't they have to have an odd number, though?
No. Oh, they can know. There's nothing in the Constitution says that either the number, how many, whatever. In fact, I think when they first started out, they had an even number.
Did we email the angel?
We don't. Yeah.
There, I got her, Mark.
Okay. And the caller's name is Morton, right? Jim Morton? Yeah. Yeah, I got it.
Oh, they're not playing today.
No.
Flexibility in the NFL schedule, no doubt about that. And you're dealing with stuff that nobody has ever had to deal with before. But I think I think Broncos got the short end of the stick here.
Another member of the Patriots tested positive for COVID-19, forcing a postponement of today's Patriots game.
Rain and snow fell on the Cameron Peak Fire in Larimer County over the weekend.
But things will be wet, and that will slow the fire leaders down with fire sirens. To take advantage of the wet, reduce fire behavior, and improve the fire lines that they already have.
Vern Kohler is with the incident command team at the Cameron Peak Fire. The fire is now 47% contained. No more reservations needed at Rock.
Master Router's so good.
Now, Impact Traffic. Sponsored by Farmers Insurance.
We are farmers.
From the Bedford Sports Traffic Center, southbound Highway 285 remains closed in the high country at Jubilee Trail from that earlier head-on collision. No estimated time when the roadway will reopen. Detours are in place. Back in town, no new stalls or accidents being reported across the metro area. On the north end, seeing a bit of stop-and-go traffic on the southbound side of I-25 on the approach to Torrance.
When did Doc play cards with this guy?
I don't know. Let's get him on the air.
Freeway system at this time.
Sure.
Let's call him. Hold on.
Sure. Do I got his number?
He texted you this morning.
Texted me?
Yeah. It's Dan. He has Dan on here.
Oh, I didn't get it.
720-470-0217.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
He texted it to you.
Wow.
You don't have it.
I don't got it.
Look, here it is.
This is Brent Ivinson with Ideal Home Loans, and when I got into the mortgage business in 1996,
No, I don't. Unless he emailed it. I don't have any texts.
Isn't that weird that I got mine, you didn't get yours? It was 9:38 today?
No, last text I got was 9:03.
Oh, that's weird.
Don't miss out on the lowest rates that we have ever seen. And thanks to our digital technology platform, we can keep you home and safe through this entire process. To find out more, call us at
Back in about 30 seconds, gentlemen.
7,000. That's 867-7000 or online at idealhomeloans.com. Equal opportunity lender regulated by DORA, NMLS 136756 for terms and conditions. Call 844-45-ID.
ExcelRoofing.com, 303-761-6400. It's your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword family to 200-200. You'll get a comfort. Hold on, I'll tell them whenever you guys get back in. Line this nationwide. Fuck more. Back in, here you go. 200. This is the Troubleshooter Show.
Welcome to the show, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Those are the numbers you can call, or 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. What's happening in your life this hour brought to you by GenesisTotalExteriors.com. If you're looking for home construction, don't make a mistake you hear a lot of people do when they call these mindless, faceless lists, and they just hope they get a good referral. We can tell you for sure, GenesisTotalExteriors.com will do a great job. They do exteriors and interiors. They can do baths, kitchens, and basements. They're called Genesis Total Exteriors, which also means roofing, gutters, siding, windows, doors, fencing, decks. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. All right, let's go to the phones, and we're trying to figure out some of the problems here that we're working on. One of them is a computer that was brought in to Best Buy for repair. The guy says when he went to pick it up, they said it's not working. And they claim he had spilled something in it. He said, if I had spilled something in it, then why would there still be a stain in there if you cleaned it off while you were there talking to me and you downloaded all my stuff onto another hard drive? How'd you do that if it wasn't working? So we're trying to figure out what's going on with Best Buy and that computer. Now, at best, this guy would be entitled to refund, basically, and the computer and a light computer. So he's put back to pre-spillage conditions, so to speak. 303-713-8255. Now, we have a really good one. Is Deputy B around, by the way? Is he around anywhere? Because I'd like to get him on if he is.
Yes, I just got him on, so you can talk to him too.
Oh, good. Let's bring up Deputy B. Let's bring up Lori. Lori, let me bring you up to date with Lori. Lori, she bought a double-wide trailer. She had saved up her money and sold her birth home where she lived and inherited it. And she sold it, and she got a double-wide. And she said she was really looking forward to having her own place, and she owns the lot. But what happened was the leak started, the roof started leaking. And she had it looked at, and they said, this roof is bad. And she says, well, I have a 5-year warranty on here. And we looked at it, and it looked as if this roofing company said, if you have a problem in 5 years, we're going to fix it. But they said to her, you don't have a roof problem. And they kept telling her she didn't have a roof problem. Right, Lori?
Yes.
And you knew you had a roof problem. And what did they say your roof problem was when they first looked at it?
They said that they didn't. They said that it looked like I peed on the toilet seat lid.
And you were upset. And we sent out a great roofer, Excel Roofing, to look at it.
Yeah.
And what did they tell?
My bathroom.
What did they tell you, Lori?
That I needed a new roof.
Right.
Or he could just fix the problem.
Yeah, and he said if he could fix the problem, at best it would be a patch job because there were so many things incorrect about the roof, including the materials that should not have been used on a trailer to begin with. Yet you have a warranty that says this roof is in good condition, and if anything goes wrong, they'll fix materials and workmanship, something like that. Mark, right? You read that?
Yeah, that's exactly what it says for a 5-year period. They'll do parts and labor as long as it's not a hailstorm. It's a pretty standard deal. And it's also a certification, meaning someone went out there and said, yeah, this roof's in good shape. That's the part that blows me away.
Now, Deputy B, I told him to look into this. And, man, did he look into it. What did you find, Deputy B?
He crushed this one.
Deputy B, what did you find?
Well, Tom, I can finally go to sleep. I worked from Friday 1:30 all the way through to right now even.
And what did you find?
But what I found was, well, somebody's giving her a new roof.
What?
And let her tell you.
Wow, but Deputy B, who took responsibility? Do you know?
No, but they were all pointing fingers at everybody else. But I think the most influential was the contractor.
Okay, good.
He was the most helpful. He was the most willing to help. He was the most forthright.
You're talking about the contractor that did the certification?
You know, I don't know who I was talking to be honest with you. There were so many cast of characters.
Okay, all right.
And there were a couple, from what I gather, a couple different repair people. So the bottom line is Lori says she's getting a brand new roof.
What happened, Lori?
Lori, when did they contact you?
They called me Saturday and said that the owner found out that there was a big hole in the roof and that he was going to be getting permits today and he was going to be pulling off the roof that's on there and putting on the right roof. I don't know if that's going to be peel and stick or asphalt, but at any rate, it's not going to cost me nothing.
Well, if they're pulling a permit, it'll be the proper one, so.
I am really happy to hear that, Lori. That's really good. And that's going to be, and that roof could have cost $8,000 or more, so I'm glad they're doing this. This is the way it should be. So, man, Deputy B, a brand new roof today. The other day you got $11,000 back on a sewage repair. Deputy B's total alone, with the other stuff in this, is nearing $100,000 already, just on his total. Yeah, on his total alone. Stellar work. Lori, thank you for calling us. Keep us informed. Please keep us informed on this. And that is really, really good news. People, do you see what we do here? Now, Lori, she really was unsophisticated as a buyer. She didn't know what was going on. She really didn't know what the heck was going on. She was crying. She was upset. She had just spent all of her money on a home that she wanted to be her forever home. And Her dreams were dashed by this, and we were able to get something done. Now that's cool. That is very cool. Thank you, Deputy B. And also, of course, you know, all of us here at the show should feel good about it. All of us should. Now, Mike, let's talk about identity theft. What's going on, Mike?
Yeah, hi. I got a debit card in the mail with my name on it to my address.
Yep.
From a bank I never heard of, an account I never opened.
Yep.
And I'm wondering, first of all, is that a symptom of theft? And why would somebody open an account in my name and send it to my address?
Okay, it's for unemployment, and they're hoping to get it through you and having it sent to you, and then they were going to intercept it. How were they going to intercept it? Were they hoping to get online access? What did the guy tell us before about those cards and what to do? Because Mark got one too, by the way. And
Untrust Bank.
Right, that's exactly right. So it has to do with an unemployment scam. It doesn't necessarily mean they have all of your information. But what they did is they gave enough information, and I think they tried to get it diverted to another address. But what happened?
Well, here's what I found out, because right after I received those cards, about a week later, I found out someone opened up a bank account on one of these online banks in my name. So my assumption is this: now that they have a bank account in my name, they have these cards in my name, then they transfer the money out of those cards because they use the last four of your social as a PIN number to put it in that account which they have access to, and then they pull out the cash. That's how it works.
Okay, so the card...
I put the kibosh on them.
Yeah. Tell them where to call, Mark, for that.
Well, I called the actual bank first. So what was the one he used?
SunTrust
or whatever it's called.
SunTrust.
Yeah, SunTrust. You need to call them up and say, hey, listen, this is not me. Someone got a hold of this. Then they'll cancel the account and the debit cards.
And Tom?
Yeah.
Our unemployment agent, he can also send me a photo of it with the name and everything, and he's keeping track of it, and they will double check that it's already been flagged.
So, Mike, that's what they were going to do. They were going to use that account, then get an online account, then electronically transfer the funds.
Yeah.
That's
so check it out.
Yeah.
Dan, put this up on camera real quick. I'm literally holding it. The account is null and void, but all of a sudden in the mail, I get a debit card to a Blue Vine business debit card. And listen to this one, Tom. This account they opened, that it's under Colorado Car Care Centers, which are the Goodyears I owned, 10 plus years ago. So, I mean, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen. So make sure if this happens to anybody, you kill the debit cards that are attached to unemployment, and then you kill the bank account they opened as well.
Right, so that's why they don't care if they have the physical card, because they transfer online to an account they establish. It's in
your name.
Yeah, so Mike, it's very important that you take care of that. Now, as a precaution, I would also put a lock on my credit freeze. I mean, a credit freeze where people cannot get a deep credit inquiry without a PIN number or your permission. That's what I would do. 303-713-8255. More coming right up.
Ideal Home Loans and Fix.
Let Mark do Ideal.
Did you hear that, Mark? You're going to do Ideal?
He hasn't done one in a while. If you can get a hold of him, if not, I'll do it.
He's there. He's got us on mute.
If not, I'll do it. He's got it?
Yeah, he's got it. Yeah.
Thanks.
27 in about 5 seconds.
Got it.
20% off regular retail prices with valid AAA membership card. Offer ends 10/31/20.
Remember this website for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. FixMyHome.com. What a wonderful website, FixMyHome.com. And that's why George chose it over his vast array of services at Fix-It 24/7. Now, I've known George for 20 years, and he opened up Fix-It 24/7 in Denver to bring better guarantees, better services, better jobs, better employment, And they've grown 700%. Why? Because they do it right. And this is what they want to do for you. For $39, get a licensed, insured background check tech to your home for just $39 to find any problem, and then to tell you what that problem is and guarantee the fix 100% with prices up front. If you choose not to have it done, you just pay $39. If you have it done, that's all you pay. I mean, if you have it done, all you pay is for the repair, and they waive the $39. Or, of course, you can use the $39 to have your furnace checked for the winter, and that's a complete clean from top to bottom. And dirt is the #1 killer of furnaces, and that's $39. Call them 720-526-3939.
What if you could make a trip that helped your crops start strong, stay strong?
Hey, Tom, I know you wanted to start doing plumb lines live, but they gave us a recorded one in here, and I know you don't want to do that, and fix it 24/7, so...
Right, that's fine.
Live at the end, is that cool?
See benefits.
Yeah, that's fine. Did you say leave it live at the end, or just...
No, or leave it recorded.
Yes, that's fine. Yeah. I only need to do that, the lives when they have a special like they did the other day.
Or visit Crobios.com to learn more. Indigo, from questions we grow.
If you have not looked into refinancing your home, or maybe you're looking for a purchase right now, but let's talk about refinancing. If you haven't done it in the last year, the last 12 months, you need to call up Ideal Home Loans and see how much money you can save. Quit putting it off. If you're sitting there around 2.5, 3% on an interest rate or higher, you can save thousands of dollars a year. You can save hundreds, if not thousands, a month. And over the period of that loan, you could be saving well over $100,000. If you have not looked into it, please just call up. You just got to call them up. You talk to them right on the phone. You'll get some basic information from you, like your interest rate now, and they can tell you how much you're going to save. There's no pressure. Quit putting it off. I swear interest rates aren't going to get much lower. In fact, I doubt they will, but if they do, guess what? They'll refi you for free. Call them up now. Quit putting it off. Ideal Home Loans, 303-867-7000, 303-867-7000.
You like your burger medium well, your peanut butter crunchy, and your mattress firm. It's the little things that make you, you. And you deserve a Medicare plan that fits your unique needs. That's why United Healthcare is offering more plan options than ever, so you can find just the right plan for you. Call 1-800-362-8715. That's 1-800-362-8715
Good
to
God.
get Medicare with more. Remember,
I still don't know what I'm seeing on those photos.
Rates are like a roller coaster lately.
What's that?
Those photos of that car, I don't know what she's...
Your home? Do you want to become more...
I just got them.
Affordable interest mortgage. With home values still at their highest level ever and rates at historic lows, now may be the best time to be prepared if the economy
I don't know what that part is.
Last time many of our friends lost their home when it was unnecessary. Take AIM, 720-895-0500. Many of our clients have the ability...
Hey, Mark, you there?
...should the economy change, all without having to borrow the money now. We can show you how to access
I'll snip this tool. I have no idea what I'm looking at.
peace of mind and allow you to focus on what's important, your family. Call Affordable Interest Mortgage at 720-895-0500. That's 720-895-0500. We are locally owned and operated since 2001. Our reputation of putting you first with straight answers and listening are unmatched in Colorado. Let us help you protect your home. Take AIM, 720-895-0500, where it's all about you.
Are you curious when you should take Social Security? This is Kurt Cambier. Visit my website now for your free Social Security analysis at KurtCambier.com. That's Kurt with a K, CAMBIER.com. Kurt with a K, Cambier.com.
Securities offered through Cambridge Investment Research, Inc., a broker-dealer, member of FINRA SIPC. Investment advisor representative, Cambridge Investment Research Advisors, Inc., a registered investment advisor. Cambridge and Centennial Capital Partners are not affiliated.
The worst thing about electrical problems is finding the problem. Some people simply ignore their electrical system. They're afraid of the cost. But now take the fear out of that.
I assume you're going to bring June up again, right, and ask her what the hell the pictures are showing?
What's that?
You're going to bring June up again to ask her why what those pictures are supposed to be showing?
Yeah. Thank you for reminding me.
People are asking online. They like when you talk pictures. They like to see that. That's.
This report is sponsored by...
I don't. I have no idea what she's trying to.
Alright guys, you're back on about 30 seconds.
What the meteorologist put started.
United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans come with a lot to take advantage of. Visit AdvantageWow.com to learn more. That's AdvantageWow.com to learn more about United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans.
If you think the Washington swamp couldn't get any worse, then join me early afternoon.
Take it back on that.
We're going to dive right in and discuss what's wrong, how to fix it, and who's at fault. Join me, Michael Brown, afternoons from 2 to 4 on 630 KHAL.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. All right, let's figure out what's going on here. All right, I want to find out what those photos are supposed to mean in that one thing here first. So let's talk to June. June, you said your car went in for bumper repair, and it went into a body shop. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Then you said it wasn't running right when you pulled out, and you saw under the hood, you saw a bungee cord. Is that right?
Yes.
You lifted up the hood and you saw it?
Yes. Well, it wasn't right when I got home. It was about 2 days later because it kept smelling hot. So I went up under the, I was checking it to see why. And when I lifted up the hood, that was on the engine.
What was on the engine?
The bungee cord.
Okay.
The bungee cord.
What's that little plastic? What is that little plastic thing in your hand or in somebody's hand? What's that little plastic thing?
I don't know. I don't know because see what happened. I went and got photos. I asked them for the photos on Thursday because they had to go back. They had
Okay. What I'm saying is this: that bungee cord, which is really strange that you saw that.
Yes.
That bungee cord is holding up your air filter housing.
Okay.
Do you see how it's like? I don't know if you see that one photo. You can clearly see the bungee cord is attached to your plastic cover of the air filter. Do you see that?
Yes.
And then the air filter goes inside there. And so your air filter compartment was wide open. And I'm not sure why somebody bungeed that. They were not touching the engine at all, were they?
No, they're just supposed to fix the bumper and some other items that they tore up,
Then
like
why,
the panel
guys?
around
I don't understand why this was done under her hood. I don't think there's anything serious here. I mean, if you took that cord off, put the air filter back in, and clip it, it should work. I mean, are you having ongoing problems with your car?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it don't sound right, and then it's overheating.
What part of?
And they told me to.
What part of town are you in?
Go ahead.
What part of town are you in?
I live in Metro, East Denver, Metro.
Okay. We want to get you somewhere that can analyze this and figure out what's going on. But here's the thing.
Please, sir. That's all I want is the answer.
I understand. But what if it turns out to have nothing to do with your bumper? What I don't understand is how it could have happened. I don't understand it. How long was it at that place?
22 days.
22 days?
For to fix a bumper.
What's the name of this place?
Car Star.
Let's start by calling. Let's start. I want Deputy Doc to call over to Car Star and find out why. If they know what she's complaining about, then we need to figure out how far are you from Santa Fe and let's say Santa Fe and give me a cross street down there near Dartmouth, let's say. Santa Fe and Dartmouth. How far away are you from there?
Well, just a couple miles.
Because
I live over by City Park area.
You're near City Park?
Yes, I live near City Park.
Okay. What's closer? What's close to her? What's close to her? I need somebody just to eyeball this. What were you saying? Sheridan Auto Tech closer? No. That's over in Aurora. No. Lakewood, the Lakewood location. Let's see, what cross street is that? Colfax and what? No, Colfax and 78th is too far from her. No.
Yes.
Hold on.
I'm like that, more like the downtown area.
Okay, I get what you mean. So what about What is the Pro Auto Care over on? He has the one location over on.
It's like Colorado Boulevard and I-25.
Yeah, but a little different than that. But wait, over to Dayton, north on Dayton, isn't it Dayton? I-20, isn't it Dayton over there? Dahlia. Okay, she's going to be closer to I-25, east to Dahlia, and then north a block. But we have to ask Daphne if they can take a look-see at her car at Pro Auto Care, see if that'll work. So hold on, though. The very first thing I want to do is have Deputy Doc. He's on right now, so I'm going to bring him up. Hold on, June. We're going to have somebody. Deputy Doc, what I'd like you to do is, did you hear that problem, Doc?
You did.
Okay, that's where her car went in for bumper repair, and somehow...
Right, I heard...
Okay, good. If we could just figure out at CarStar there what the hell they did, and why is she complaining about her car not running right, maybe they took a look at it and have an idea. I'm not suggesting they did it, but let's hear what they have to say. Now, you're calling with another update. What's that?
No, you sent me a message to call in.
Yes, the reason I wanted you to call in is because you're quarantining yourself until you get a test, and I wanted to talk to you about it.
Right.
I wanted to talk to you about it. The group that you had, and again, we don't need names or anything. I'm just curious. How many people were in the group?
There were 7 poker players.
And how often did you get together with these guys?
Just once a week.
And did you come in contact?
And we sat at the same table, but we all wore those plastic face shields.
Okay. And what about, Doc, what about this guy? Is he having symptoms?
No.
He was tested positive when?
I got an email on yesterday, Saturday or Sunday morning.
And he's not showing symptoms?
Correct.
How old is he?
He's about 60.
When did he get tested, though, that he's not showing symptoms? Has he had it a while, or is it brand new?
It's new, because it definitely was in the past week.
Why did he get tested, then, if he wasn't having symptoms?
I don't know. Maybe he was exposed to somebody. He has a couple of grandkids that he hangs out with, so I'm not sure exactly when he got tested.
Why
he got tested.
Okay. And when are you going to get tested?
I'm gonna wait till a week, so I'm gonna get it on Thursday.
Okay.
Because that's when I saw him.
Okay. So is there a reason, if you think you've been exposed, and I'm asking you, medically and also personally, should you wait a few days after exposure before you get a test?
Yeah, you can't test immediately because the virus particles are probably so low that your body hasn't had a chance to mount a sufficient response yet.
Okay, so you're going to get a test maybe on Thursday, and then will it be a rapid test? Do you know?
Yeah, I'm gonna get a rapid test.
And so when will you know?
I have to ask them what kind of tests they do and how long it takes for the results.
Okay, but if you get tested,
so
let's just say you are positive. What's the proper steps then? That you contact people you've been in contact with?
Yes.
Okay. So that would include Dan and
then,
me.
And we obviously
Yeah, okay.
Right, and then obviously 14-day quarantine.
Okay.
Assuming that I'm asymptomatic.
All right.
When I got my test,
got a break soon.
I got the results the next day.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping to do.
All right, Deputy Doc. I hope you don't have it, but anyway.
By the way, I've got a couple of things with rental properties going on that I'm trying to get in touch with. But we did have, remember we had some...
Got a break.
A woman was complaining about AMCO. She took her car in for some body work, and she claims the car wasn't working after she got it. Very similar to what June is talking about.
All right, hold on a sec, Doc, if you could, because we have to take this break. We'll come right back to you and more. 303-713-SALT. We'll get to all of your calls coming up.
Mark, you there?
Dan, you want to give something to me?
We can do burgers and use his number if you want. We can.
Okay, that's totally up to you.
I mean, I'll pay for it. So you want to do it or not, or you want to get pizza? What do you feel like?
Whatever you want and stuff. I don't need anything.
Well, you missed out on price.
Right.
Southbound I-25, but let's stop and
So burgers, okay?
Sure.
Looks like there's some road crews doing some maintenance work along that stretch, so watch out for that. Off highway, got a crash at Broadway and Plaza.
I'll do it at
in the Highlands Ranch commute just south of C-470.
Top of the hour, I'll do it.
And up in the high country, southbound Highway 285 remains closed there in Pine Junction due to
Hey,
that
Mark.
earlier crash. No estimated time of reopening.
And what do you want on the side?
Well, it's going to be sunny and breezy today with a high near 74. Right now, a few clouds and 62. With your impact traffic.
Oh wait, are they closed on Monday?
Oh, that's right.
Wait, are they closed?
Yeah. Unless they have a tournament, and I didn't see a tournament there.
They are definitely closed though.
Yeah.
Learn more. That's AdvantageWow.com to learn
Yeah,
more.
unless they have a tournament.
Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans.
All right, Master Rooter Plumbing, listen to this review. It just popped up. Great team, friendly, honest work, willing to give advice, answer questions. The job was finally done. No, I'm sorry, that didn't sound good. The job was done extremely fair when it came to pricing. I do not feel like I was overbilled whatsoever. Start to
Finally
finish.
done.
Really
The job was finally
as my go-to plumber from now on. They're talking, of course, about Master Rooter. These guys do it all. Small jobs, big jobs, all jobs. Check them out for yourself. Go to Google and simply type in Master Rooter. They're like 4.5, 5.
Boy, his dog is
Great plumbers with great pricing.
it just goes in and out, in and out. That's the old. It keeps on all the time. Goes in and out, in and out. He looks like a good dog.
Donate your car today with 1-877-CARS for Kids. We're a recognized 501c3 charity organization, so you'll receive a maximum tax deduction. What's more, you'll receive a vacation voucher of 3 days and 2 nights. Also on the web at carsforkids.com.
1-877-CARS for Kids.
Those car stars, there's a ton of them.
That's Cars with a
So.
Yeah, I know, but they're not all
Hey there,
on
homeowners.
those.
Are you experiencing pipe leaks? Is your water bill unexpectedly high? Or are you suffering from low
they
water
have the
pressure?
hours on here?
These are signs of widespread pipe failure due to old, corroded, and shoddy pipes. Rerouting a pipe or other Band-Aid fixes are not the answer. Only a whole house repipe with brand new high-quality patch or copper will permanently solve the problem. Repipe specialists. No more leaks and great water pressure. They've been doing this for over 25 years, serving over 40,000 happy customers. Repipe in just 1 to 2 days at half the cost of a plumber with a lifetime guarantee. So say goodbye to leaks once and for all. Enjoy a pipe leak-free home and eliminate the risk of potential water damage. Call us today for your free in-home estimate. We'll even take 20% off our already low price and receive 0% interest when you call today. 720-573-0086. 720-573-0086. That's 720-573-0086.
Are you worried about credit card debt building up? Maybe looking for ways to save a few $100s a month, maybe $1,000 a month? If you're a homeowner, the answer may be as simple as a mortgage refinance. Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky for American Financing, reminding you that mortgage rates are still near record lows, making it a great time to refinance and consolidate debt into your mortgage. You'll get a lower rate. You'll have fewer monthly payments to focus on. Depending on your tax situation, this may be deductible where your other debts aren't.
Mark.
You know what else? When you choose American Financing, you don't have any upfront or hidden fees and no pressure, no obligation, and you don't
Mark.
have to reset your loan term, which can mean tens of thousands of dollars in long-term savings. So don't put off the mortgage refinance any longer. Call 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or apply online at American.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, muy bien. So tomorrow at 3?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll call.
When politicians want to raise taxes,
Yes.
to give you the same
Yes, sir.
So my voter registration showed accurate. So when
Well,
will I
did
get
it?
my ballot?
I just got mine. Just
So mine come today?
Yeah.
Did you finally get that email from me?
Me?
From you, yeah. So
That looks perfect, doesn't it?
well, right. It looks perfect, but we'd like to. So we can talk about how to do it.
Well, let's just get it set up and get them out there, and we'll meet with them. I'll be the homeowner.
Right. So Okay, do you want to call in and say, hey, here, we can talk about it afterwards.
Instead of tax hikes, voting yes on Proposition 117 would change that.
Basically, I want that guy to call up and get it set up that he's having backup problems or whatever.
Well, I was going to call, or you call and stuff just for him. He's probably not the best guy for that.
Well, okay, so when they say, okay, can you come out, or can we come out at 9 o'clock tonight, what do I answer?
You know, the cereal aisle.
What would be a good time? Just say, hey, I'm working, I
have no idea what time they're going to tell me. It's going to be on what they are.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Is there anybody living there?
Yes.
See, this is going to be, that's why he's got to set it up and get those people out of the house.
Oh, no, not, it's a rental. We can say it's a rental.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying, we don't want all those people there when we go over there.
Over where for what? What is he talking about?
Cranberry cereals are great for everyone.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Diabetes and prediabetes. So next time you're in the cereal aisle and feeling overwhelmed, remember the name Grayberry, available in brand flakes.
But we're dealing with the owner, not the renters, right?
Correct.
Yeah, that could be an issue. We just got to get him to get it, just all set up.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints, making your life a little easier. Let's do it. Now, we have some stuff we're working on with Deputy Doc. He wants to give us an update, and then we'll go on to your calls, whatever you need, a problem, question, complaint, or just you want to get something off your chest. This is the only show to do that, 303-713-TALK. So what's going on, Deputy Doc? You say you're working on a few things. Go ahead.
I have three things I'm working on that all have to do with HOA or management companies that won't get back to me yet, so I keep bugging them.
And what are the issues?
But we had someone... we're just problems with the apartments that people are in.
Okay.
That,
right.
The issues are not being taken care of. But we had someone call up who had, similar to Jean, she brought her car in for some work, and then she complained that when she went to pick the car up, it wasn't working. I spoke to the owner of AMCO, and he gave a totally different story. He said the car wasn't working, there was some issue with the battery, blah, blah, blah. But the main point is he was going to give them a discount on something, and the computer harness that he said was frayed, he gave it to her at no charge. So when I called her back and said, this is what's going on, her response was, oh, okay, thank you very much. So she didn't put up a fight. She didn't seem surprised. So my feeling is that AMCO did her right, and they're going to take care of the problem, and that we should not blame AMCO for what's going on.
Okay. So anything else?
All right, so that's it. Nope, the other three are, like I said, I'm trying to get a hold of management companies to get their response to these tenant issues, and I'll keep you updated.
And at some point, we got to turn up the heat if they don't call you back, Doc, so let us know. 303-713-TALK. Thanks. 713-8255. Okay, so Gary, you have a problem that has to do with HOAs. It's an interesting problem or interesting issue, and I wondered when it would come up. Go ahead, Gary.
Oh, hi, Tom. I live in a 40-unit low-rise building, and our HOA is planning on installing charging stations for those few individuals that have electric cars, and the rest of us will be basically paying for their gas. And my contention
now,
is
wait a minute. Why don't they install them in their units, though, on their meters, or are they installing them on common meters?
No, they're installing one that everyone can use.
Oh.
Can you say special assessment?
That's weird.
No, it'll be a recurring charge, and my contention is that it has absolutely nothing to do with living or building maintenance. It would be like them deciding We want to buy gym memberships for everyone, even if you don't join the gym, and charge everyone.
No, it would be more. No, it would be more akin to, we're going to put in a gas pump and everyone can use it. But that's not fair either. What about retired people that don't drive? Or what if you use Uber or Lyft? Or what if somebody drives a lot and somebody drives a little? Why should that be a condo expense?
You're right, and if basically I consider an electric charging station paying for someone's gasoline. I have a gasoline car. I can't use that, but then I have to go and buy my gas.
Hey, Gary.
So what do you think I should do?
I think it's wrong, but who decided this?
The board, the HOA board.
Now, on the board, at least it wasn't some mindless management company without direction. You're saying the board actually voted on this. Were there people there from the association to vote on it?
No, the board has the authority on this.
So, do you know what the
as our representative?
How many people on the board?
6.
How many electric cars in that project out of 40?
I would guess right now maybe 8 or 9, but people might be planning on getting them in the future. I don't know.
Look at Gary. I have no idea how this could happen. No idea whatsoever. And I would be upset with it. I would too. I mean, you are paying for other people's electricity. I've seen it in other places, by the way. I've seen it at Landmark down in the basement. Or in the garage, the cover garages. I've seen those things, and they are on the same circuits as the garage, which everyone pays for. I don't know. I think it sucks. What else can you say? But what would you do about it? I guess you would have to take it up, and you'd have to, I don't know, you'd have to complain about it. Did you complain about it?
Oh yeah, definitely. They know my feelings, but
why aren't other people upset about it?
I have no idea. They're just too busy living life, or they're elderly people who don't understand, and they just let the board run roughshod over them. I was going to call Dora, see if there's any way I could represent myself in some sort of a lawsuit.
Yeah, but why Dora?
They have an HOA. Dora has an HOA unit.
I understand that, but that wouldn't. Oh, that just means that they make sure that managers are licensed. They make sure that, or I believe that's still a requirement. I don't know. They make sure that the board is doing things legally as far as structure. They don't get into each and every issue. I mean, if your board voted that in fair and square, it's voted in. You have to argue that it's somehow unconscionable or wrong. Are they citing any part of their bylaws that allow them to do this?
Basically, the bylaws would say anything that improves the quality of life. But to me, my bottom line is that has absolutely nothing to do with the maintenance of a building.
Okay, here's what I would do. I would get a petition. That's the best way to do it. And then go to the board with a petition. If you get a majority of owners saying they don't want it, then maybe they would just not do it. And if that doesn't work, then what you do is you see an attorney. But you have to see Dora's not going to do it. You just need to.
What's really strange is I think it was like 13 or 14 Hickenlooper signed something, at least I think it was Hickenlooper, that could not stop an HOA from having someone install a charging station in their garage. So that's how it generally works. Someone comes out of pocket and does it in their own parking space or their own garage. I don't understand why they're doing this the community way. It makes no sense.
Right, and again, if it was taken off of their meters, that would be one thing. But for them to get it and everyone pays for it is just wrong. I mean,
I wonder if some of those board members are the ones with the electric cars.
You got a break soon.
Are these board members personally profiting? Gary, you're going to have to get a petition going.
That's the only thing to do. I got him, bro. I got him.
Then you can hear news and talk that impacts your life.
Getting 630 K-House from iHeartRadio.
I would like to see where this is at.
Station, available on over 2,000 devices. Now, impact traffic.
Oh, he's off right now.
What would you like to see?
See where it's at, what HOA has this, and then see who the board members are. Because that's the only reason I can see it is there's people personally,
it doesn't seem right to me.
oh, geez, absolutely not. Unless they're all a bunch of greenies on the board, but I'll bet you they have electric vehicles.
Southbound Highway 285 remains closed to Jubilee Trail and
crazy, man.
That earlier head-on collision. No estimated time when the highway will reopen. The weather forecast: sunny, breezy, a red flag warning today, a high of 74.
How much do you think it costs to charge a car?
Traffic and weather.
It's not a whole lot. It's a few bucks is all I believe.
Medicare plan provider. Visit UHC Medicare Solutions.
But you know what's really screwy about it? So they get not only government subsidies on the car, but they're not paying road tax.
Excel Roofing is the place to go for roofing because I know and trust the owner, Jay Bretz. And of course, I'm very picky on who I pick for roofing. Not all roofing companies are the same for sure. In fact, most of them are ripoffs, and I hate to say that. So you can trust Excel Roofing. What they do is a very simple proposition. They give you an estimate, they do the job, and they don't collect a penny until you're 100% satisfied. That's right, not a cent until you're content. ExcelRoofing.com. Locally owned and operated since '93. Thousands and thousands of locally satisfied customers, of course, and they go from Colorado Springs all the way up to Fort Collins, and a little beyond those borders too. ExcelRoofing.com. As I said, I know Jay, the owner, and they've been in business now 27 years. So what you need is someone you can trust. He's the one I've used on several of my homes. 303-761-6400. They also do repairs, not just complete replacements. 303-761-6400. All right, the art of granite is the art of doing things the right way. What is the art of granite? He's a direct stone importer. Now, he calls it the artofgranite.com, but they also have quartz and other popular stones. The point is, you pay wholesale for all your material. You only pay for fabrication and installation. The tear-out hallway's free. The bathroom's free when you have the kitchen done, and you can call right now for a price on the phone. 303-386-5919. 386-5919.
So Dan, a Tesla is about $5 per 100 miles.
So much uncertainty.
Okay.
So the only problem with that is there's a shitload of fucking little cars that get 40 to 50 miles per gallon, so they would actually be cheaper to run.
Yeah.
And that's a Model 3.
Okay. But you know what?
No, wait a minute. Wait. That's not fair. That's a Model X. That's their SUV. You're not going to find an SUV that gets...
No.
Oh, that's not true. Some of the crossovers do. Or not crossovers, what do you call them? Hybrids.
Right, but here's the other thing is they're not paying the road tax.
Well, I know in Colorado when you register an electric car, they take it with a one-time fee. Well, not a one-time fee, a yearly fee.
Of what?
I don't know. Let me look it up.
So, are we looking?
I wonder if it differs county to county.
Are we looking at the unfairness?
$50.
That's what it is? Is that for the license or on top? That's the road tax.
It says PEV owners in Colorado must pay an annual fee of $50 for a plug-in electric.
We worked with a customer recently who called. They wanted to consolidate their bills. We were able to do that. They were saving.
And that's on top of any license plate.
Yeah, it's an annual fee for an electric vehicle decal.
Mortgage and all in just over 12 years.
303-867.
Well, like I say, someone who driving fuel tax is 40 cents a gallon.
But hold on a second. Oh, listen to this.
This holiday season, more
shop online than ever before. So if you're an e-commerce seller, are you ready for a record-breaking holiday?
I think Douglas County then charges on top of that.
It's the easiest way to ship. Just a few clicks and you're managing orders, printing labels, and getting products out fast. That means happier holidays for you and your customers. ShipStation works with all major e-commerce platforms.
It doesn't really say. The counties might charge even on top of that, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's for the state.
Choose the best solution every time. You even get exclusive postage discounts, usually reserved for Fortune 500 companies. So, no matter how many orders you need to fill, you'll always get the best deal. No wonder ShipStation is the #1 choice for online sellers. Be ready for the busiest online shopping season yet with ShipStation.com. Try it today free for 60 days with offer code SKY. Just go to ShipStation.com, click on the microphone at the top of the page, and type in SKY. ShipStation.
Well, I think people just submit fake text. 30 seconds, gentlemen.
Owners, you know, a lot of car dealerships are all about the deal. At Maliki Motors, they're about the relationships. They listen to what you have to say, and they have the best selection of high-end automobiles. Visit MAALIKIMotors.com. Don't dream it, drive it.
So, you have a residential real estate question?
Yep, that's works good about pasting there if I don't copy the name.
Anyhow, this is Barry Miller, your host and answer man. Saturday, 8 a.m.
By the way, we told you that a guy in prison has an A+ rating on the Better Business Bureau, a lying, cheating ripoff. They had plenty of time to change that, but they didn't because they're out of touch with reality. Voyagers International, who's keeping cancellation fees from thousands of students around the country for canceling their trips, even though the kids wanted to go. The company chose to cancel and even reschedule. They chose not to reschedule, and keeping thousands of dollars we think could total into the millions. They also have an A rating with the Better Business Bureau, just to show you how inaccurate and ridiculous the Better Business Bureau can be. Now,
yeah, I'm looking at Don Eiley and Associates right now. BBB rating, A+. Ah!
Yep. Now, Craig has a comment on electric cars because you know, we had a guy call in. He's upset with his HOA, and I don't blame him. And the HOA is putting in charging station, a common charging station for everyone to use. He's saying, why should the ones without electric cars pay for people who have electric cars? We're basically paying for their gas. Craig, what's your comment?
Well, Tom, this is really nothing new. Every single electric car running around on the roads and highways in Colorado is not paying a dime for road maintenance because the road maintenance is provided by the gasoline tax.
They pay $50 a year, though, when registering, or each year they got an annual fee of $50.
Now, is that intended solely for
yes,
solely for the road maintenance, or is that another fee?
I have no idea what the money's spent on, but it's $50 each year.
But Mark, wait a minute. But $50 for what? Is it $50 on top of normal registration?
Yeah, it's $50 on top. So if you have an all-electric plug-in car, not a hybrid, you pay an additional $50 a year when your tags come due. So you pay whatever you would pay,
but what does
plus
it say?
Another $50.
But what does it say it's for? Does it say it's a road maintenance? What does it call it?
Oh, look, I don't know.
Yeah, see, that's the
point. It's called an electric vehicle tax, an EV tax.
It might be for road maintenance. That would make sense, Craig.
Yeah, that I wasn't aware of that. That's the first I've heard of that. But, you know, those of us that drive a lot and buy a lot of gas probably pay more than $50 in gas taxes every year. So they're still getting off cheap.
$30.
I agree with him. Here's all it says is PEV owners in Colorado must pay an annual fee of $50 for a plug-in electric vehicle decal. That's all it says.
Yeah, but Dan says that 30 is for highway users, and what's the rest? And 20 is for electrical vehicle grant fund, whatever that means. So they're paying $30 toward road maintenance. So who knows if it's fair or not, Craig?
Yeah, but here's a great article I just found. Listen to this. It says Colorado charges electric vehicle owners $50 a year after giving them a credit of $5,000. So that is kind of crazy. If you add up all the credits they get, that $50 is nothing.
Yeah, tax credits, though, they feel in the long run will benefit the environment. That's the reason behind tax credits, just like solar credits. That's debatable, but I mean, really, do you save with an electric car? I'd love to talk to someone who's converted to tell me if they're actually saving money from their gasoline car. We'll talk about that and more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. Keep your calls coming, 303-713-TALK.
Rates are like a coaster lately. Are you...
You get $7,500 in federal incentives, plus Colorado's new $5,000 incentive.
But that's a one-time. That's for buying a new one.
Yeah, but that's fucking crazy.
Oh, I agree.
You get $12,500 towards a fucking car?
Right. No.
Holy shit, what's that little Nissan car? That fucker might be...
I'm good. Go ahead.
I got ham and cheese.
No, you do it yours. No, I'm good. Please, just you do it. Yes. Thanks, though.
Give you peace of mind. I don't know why you don't eat. Know what's important. Your family. Call a
Oh, I eat.
You're saying my food is bad.
No, I'm not.
You don't like the mayo.
No, I totally agree on that and stuff. I mean, it's almost...
So the cheapest electric car in 2020, these are MSRPs, is $30,000 fucking dollars, and that's the Mini Cooper or the Nissan Leaf. So then you get $12,000 off that. So a brand new fucking all-electric Mini Cooper costs you $18,000.
Maybe I ought to do that for Dolce.
Fuck, that's cheap, man. $18,000. But then you gotta put in a charging station.
They're not very much.
Yeah, I don't know. They're really just what are they, 50 amp? I don't know. What are they?
No, if you want one, you got to go. It could be 50 amp, but the 220 volt. You need to put it on 220, otherwise it takes too long to charge. It'll take 24 hours to charge.
I heard you could put a solar panel on it and trickle it, baby.
Well, that's the other thing. In the solar panels, they said it was all a good deal. Then electric companies started changing their policies. How they...
Check this out, man. There's a new company. Have you ever heard of, I think it's called Generex? Those huge generators you can buy for your house. You get a power outage, it kicks on automatically.
Yeah?
It's an actual brand. I think it's called Generex. It's, I think, the largest in the country, residential and commercial. But anyhow, they just bought a company. Here's what they do, man. They pool all these people with Generex that have them at their house or they have them at their businesses. So these generators, they tie them all together through their own grid, and basically they can sell that power to other people. So if you live somewhere like in California where there's rolling blackouts, you can actually not have a rolling blackout, and the power company purchases the power from Generex or whatever the company is, so there's no rolling blackouts. It's really cool technology, man. And the guy with the actual Generex at his house gets paid while it's on the pooling time. And it's paid real money, like what power actually costs, not some kind of subsidy bullshit.
Oh, well, like I say, then the power companies switched their, maybe not in California, but they switched it here in Colorado. The power companies changed their policies.
Yes, correct, with individuals, but not with, this Generex is basically an electric company. I think that's where this shit's going to go, though.
Where people generate their own?
Yeah, so check it out, Tom. You know how Comcast works with all their fucking modems in homes? So you can log on to Comcast Wi-Fi, and it could be my modem, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's the exact same thing, but you're talking power. Everybody's got their own little generator at their house, and basically whenever someone needs power, it's pooled together with all these generators to give whatever area needs power, one area can create it for.
So what's running these generators?
They're tied into their own fucking their own network, their own system.
No.
They can call on them from anywhere to create power.
What is powering these generators?
Diesel probably, or natural gas.
So I pay into that, but I'm being reimbursed for the power.
Yeah, whenever they need the power, they basically call up, say, 1,000 units that are natural. I think it's mostly natural gas. I don't know if the diesel ones are on.
Are they auto starts?
Yep, it auto starts, pulls the power, and you get paid way more than what it costs you to run it off natural gas.
Oh.
It's fucking crazy.
I guess you have to see what because natural gas isn't that cheap out there.
Fire danger will be an issue today. Gusty winds, mild temperatures.
I gotta find the name of this fucking
Danger at critical levels over much of northern
company they just bought. They spent a fucking ton of money on it.
Who did?
Generac. It's Generac, not Generac. So it's Generac.
What was Doctor?
Now,
Hey, Doc.
traffic. This report is sponsored by Audible.
From the Bedford Sports Traffic Center, as the lunch hour gets going, let's go south of town. We got a crash southbound I-25 at Spruce Mountain Road, causing about a 2-mile delay on that stretch. Up in the high country, southbound Highway 285 remains closed at Jubilee Trail in front of
I remember the time. Let's see.
The time of the roadway will reopen. Detours are in place. Also in the high country, watch out for road work eastbound I-70 east of Vail.
Okay.
Back in town,
See,
we got a crash in Broadway and
did she call in? I only got that if they call in.
as well. The weather forecast. It's going to be sunny and
No,
breezy
not
today
call
with
in. I mean,
temperatures
call in
Right now, few clouds and 62.
in the mornings when I
Enjoy
answer.
sunshine weather. I'm Pete Weiser.
When do you think this was? Sandy?
Audible gives you more than ever before.
Okay, I'll run through my calls and
Thousands
see
of
what I got.
releases, plus thousands of
Sandy or Diamond?
audiobooks,
Okay,
podcasts, originals, and more to listen to all you want. The new Audible is your playlist for life. Download the Audible app to get started.
Buy and build for your kitchens and baths. And the new Buy and Build does installation as well. Save a ton of money. Get the expert craftsmanship of the Buy and Build installers. I saved a ton of money over the big box stores. You can too. Their new address, 560 South LaPan, just west of I-25 in Alameda. You go west on Alameda to LaPan, then south 2 blocks to 560 South LaPan. Buyandbuild.net. Below resale, 303-295-6022.
Hello, this is Dr. Robert.
About 40 seconds, John.
We get the same care we want for our own family. We provide rest.
Sorry, there's a problem. About 45.
When you see the specialist,
45 cents.
comprehensive treatment for chronic pain.
Shut that hound up.
Needs diagnostic tools and physical therapy. We offer care for pain conditions from head to toes, such as back pain, neck pain, and much more. Please call 303-GOT-PAIN. That's 303-GOT-PAIN. Pain does not have to be your normal.
It's your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword, cash, to
10 seconds, you guys are back.
text
Yep.
standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's cash to 200-200. This is the Troubleshooter.
To the show, the only show anywhere that does what I do, which is solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints, and making your life a little easier as we do each and every day. Just call us if you need help, and we're here to help you. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, this hour brought to you by RenewHomeInnovation.com, RenewHomeInnovation.com. That means you can renew your shower or bath. Now, they can do your whole bathroom, but they specialize on beautiful showers. Renew Home Innovation, 25% off, and they're doing beautiful work even during this pandemic. People are reporting great news, and they have these new borderless showers, or they don't have a threshold. It's a flat shower entry that slopes down into the drain, and it's beautiful. You don't have to step over anything. If you are with disabilities, you can easily use a walker to get in, or a wheelchair. It substitutes those old-fashioned walk-in tubs, those ridiculous things, and they're beautiful. RenewHomeInnovations.com for beautiful custom-made showers. 303-904-2000. 303-904-2000. Oh, that's RenewHomeInnovations.com. So let's go and talk. All right. We have a number of problems we're working on. If you're ever wondering what's going on with them, let us know. But truly, I would like to know what you think about this. Putting in a power station for electric cars. You see them all over, really. You see them at airports. You see them in parking garages. You see them down. I mean, a lot of them are free. They're free. So you think, who's paying for that? We're all paying for them. I guess we think if you have an electric car, you deserve to get free energy. Now apartment complexes are putting them in, but they're not charging the customers. Why couldn't they put in a common charger, an HOA put in a common charger, but have like a credit card you put in there? So you swipe your credit card, and they charge you for the power. And what is it anyway? Is it cheaper to run an electric car than a gasoline car? It is? Like, do you get as many miles for the dollar? We should go by dollars per mile or miles per dollar or however. Does it come out to be cheaper for an electric car? And then, Mark, you were talking about with subsidies, you can buy an all-electric Mini Cooper, which is a pretty nice little car, get a tax credit, and what can you save?
$12,000 plus, man. $12,500.
$12,500 plus. So what does that bring the price down to?
Well, I'm going off of MSRP, would be about $18,000 if you did a little negotiations less.
That's an incredible price. That really is. Is that
it is kind of unfair.
Is that federal and
it's
tax?
Unfair for the gasoline people.
Is that federal and state tax?
Yeah, $5,000 state, $7,500 federal.
Wow. So would that be the best buy then when it comes to getting all of your credits on an electric car, or are there others cheaper than that?
That would be the cheapest electric car MSRP that I could find.
What about a Chevy Volt? Isn't that a...
I don't even... Do they still make it? I don't know.
And do you get a tax incentive with a hybrid?
Not that I know of.
What's going on with you, Jim? What's going on? Jim has a problem with the subcontractor. Jim, welcome.
Yeah, hi, Tom. I'm having trouble with a subcontractor who was hired to build a driveway extension for parking, basically. He moved a berm and lay down asphalt. But the problem is that the asphalt slopes the wrong way. It goes down a really steep hillside. He did this work at the end of July. We got a gully washer rainstorm in August, and already the asphalt is cracking. And he's come out and had a look. He wants to charge me more money to fix his error, although it's kind of weird. He really hasn't even admitted an error, and I guess that's why he wants to charge more money for it. My concern is that he's not willing to give any guarantee that he's actually going to fix the problem. So I'm worried that I'm just throwing good money after bad.
What was there before this asphalt?
There was a berm there that would direct the water actually down the paved part of the driveway. And what he did was to push the berm out, and well, actually there's no berm there anymore, and, use that material to make, more of a flat area on which
Jim,
they laid
what I'm
down
asking
the
is,
asphalt.
what kind of a driveway did you have before the asphalt? What kind?
Asphalt. So he's expanded the asphalt.
Okay. So you had an asphalt driveway, and why did he expand it? Was it at your request?
Yes.
Did he make it wider, or did he make it longer?
He made it wider.
Okay. Now, the berm was in his way. Didn't he have to move the berm if he was going to make it wider?
Yes.
Then what did he do wrong?
What he did wrong was he made the slope of the new asphalt go the wrong way. It goes down a steep hillside, and so when we got a gully washer, all the water went over that hillside and made these deep gouges in that hillside, and now already the asphalt, which was on top of a flat area, is falling apart.
Oh,
and by
so
the way,
wait. So you're saying that by the water draining off the edge of the asphalt, it is corroding the base underneath the asphalt?
Exactly.
It's eroding it, I meant. Okay.
Yeah.
He should have made the lip or the edge of the asphalt curl up so he had a swale or a valley going down a parallel with the driveway.
Basically, yes, although it's a little worse than what you just said. It's like that whole extra, whatever it is, 8 feet or so, that whole slope goes the wrong way.
And so right now it crowns where he took the extra 8 feet width and basically sloped it downhill, right?
Yes.
So from side to side, your driveway goes across and then down that steep embankment.
Yeah.
Now, if you parked your car on the edge of the new 8-foot, if you parked it on the new 8-foot extension, would your car be slanted a lot?
Yeah, it's. I actually, I did a poor man's estimate, and it's like 8 inches, 8 or no more than 9 inches of slope the wrong direction.
Well, hold on. You keep saying it's the wrong direction. He may have thought by having it slope down that way, he was doing a good thing, because it's going off the run.
No, actually, and this is part of why I'm, kind of irritated, is I spoke with him about it while they were doing the work, and I was like, well, so this is going to slope down the driveway, right? Yeah, it's going to do that. And it does the exact opposite of what he said it was going to do.
Okay, but hold on a second. Why would water be going down a hill, be retained on the hill, and corrode or erode underneath the asphalt?
Because it was a gully washer. It really, we got a major rainstorm, and so it...
So what you're telling me is, so are you telling me then the 8-foot section will eventually fall off?
Yeah, I think it's a disaster. This is a disaster that needs to be fixed.
Do you have photographs?
This is the reason I decided... Yeah, I sent them to you on Friday.
Daphne, did you send them to me?
Yes, I did.
When?
I'm sorry, Tom. I'm on the phone.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes, thank
the
you for
only
just
ones
a
I
moment.
have, guys, are from this bungee cord. I don't have anything of a driveway. But if you sent it, if you could send it again, because I don't have any of those photos at all.
Okay, yeah, I sent it to, let me see that.
No, we got it, she's saying. I think she's saying we got, I just didn't get it. So I got to figure out why I'm not getting those pictures. But here's what we have to do. Listen, we have to figure out what he can do about it. You're saying he doesn't even acknowledge there's a problem. Does he look at this and say, oh, it looks fine to me?
Well, what he did say to me specifically was, I did exactly what the general contractor told me to do.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You never mentioned a general contractor. Wait a minute.
Right. I said I said a subcontractor.
Well, you said a sub, but I thought a sub to you. I mean, he was working for who, man?
Oh. Yeah, okay. So the general contractor is with me on this. And
well, then the general contractor should be fighting this with his sub. You shouldn't be fighting this battle.
I'll tell you what. You know what I understand.
Jim,
and I have
it's up to the general contractor to supervise and stand by his subs. Therefore, if he thinks the subcontractor did wrong, it's his responsibility to go after the subcontractor and make it right. And if the subcontractor refuses to make it right, then the general contractor's got to get another sub to make it right.
Should he charge me for that?
Should who charge you?
Got a break?
The general, if he's got to hire somebody else to fix it.
If the general contractor hired a substandard subcontractor, it's on him. Now, if he gave him the wrong directions and it turned out to be wrong, he should take that responsibility. If you said, this is what I want done, and he was following your directions, then it's your fault. But if they're the experts and you left it to them, and these guys didn't know what the hell they were doing, you should exit the fight and leave it to the general contractor. And if he doesn't do it for you, you should sue the general contractor. You're doing a general contractor's job right now by negotiating with the other guy. Stay out of it. And then when you're done, let me know what happens.
30 seconds to the Mile High State Art of Granite. Do you want to do Century RV?
It is.
I'll have Mark do the Art of Granite. I'll do Mile High and Century.
Did you know you can save 10% on Benjamin Moore paint by joining the Guy loyalty program?
I sent you the pictures.
All right, he got it. Mile High State Century RV coming up 10 seconds. Here you go.
Now,
Or more like 5, sorry.
your neighborhood paint store since 1899.
MileHighEstatePlanning.com. That is the website for Blake Harris, attorney at law. And you need an estate plan. We all do. And I recommend you call Blake Harris at MileHighEstatePlanning.com. I'll give you that number in just a minute here. Mile High Estate Planning can get you an estate plan, and you'll know exactly what it will cost. First of all, when you meet, you pay nothing. When he asks questions and you fill out documents, you pay nothing. When he comes up with a plan, you decide what you want to spend for what you need. Whether it be a simple will, a trust, maybe a prenup or a postnup. Maybe it's something else. Whatever you need, he will come up with a plan, and then you'll be charged flat rate prices for whatever you need. I love the way he does business. You will too. MileHighEstatePlanning.com. Here's what you do. Call him and ask him questions, and you'll see he's the right man for the job to protect your legacy. 833-ASK-BLAKE. That's 833-ASK-BLAKE. Okay, so...
Oh, I'm sorry, Tom. I hate... Oh, my bad. I hate Tom. I'll just after this commercial.
Okay.
Do,
Art of Granite.
Century RV.
Oh, Century RV. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Century RV. Then Mark has my Art of Granite.
Got it.
Hold on, Mark. Give it a minute. I'll put another pause for you. I'm still in the wrong button. Damn it.
Choices for 2020.
It's okay.
Open enrollment begins October 15th and ends December 7th.
Compare.
All right, here you go, Century RV.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
You know, I was driving west the other day on 6th Avenue, and I looked to my north, and I could see Century RV. Their big, giant indoor showroom. It's open. It's at it's north of 6th Avenue, between Kipling and Sims, next to Woodley's. A beautiful location for you to see everything with climate controls. And you know, people buy RVs all winter because they take vacations, and you leave the cold weather. By the way, they also have a north location at exit 240 to Longmont. Century RV. And they have a service department for everything they sell. New and used RVs. CenturyRV.com. 303-453-1111.
What if you could make a choice that helps start strong, stay strong, and yield more? At Indigo, we're building a system.
Mark's doing. I sent them to you. You probably don't care though, right now. You told him.
This season, you can see benefits and take a step towards a potentially more profitable.
What's that you said?
I sent you the pictures.
Okay, so why didn't I get them?
They went to help.
Find them now at your trusted local retailer.
All right,
or visit IndigoMicrobials.com to learn more. Indigo, from questions we grow.
All right, brand new, beautiful countertops in less than 2 weeks. That's what the Art of Granite can do for you. They do quartz, they do granite, pretty much any hard surface, any natural stone. These are your guys. They do wholesale prices.
But he lives on a hell of a hillside.
You just pay for the fabrication.
He lives on a hell of a hillside.
They don't even charge for.
They would have really had
your old stuff.
a curve to keep this from happening.
TheArtofGranite.com. TheArtofGranite.com.
When politicians want to raise taxes, they're supposed to give you a say in the matter. They're not supposed to sidestep the law and make you pay more without your approval. But that's exactly what politicians are doing. And that's why we need Proposition 117. Proposition 117 gives us, the taxpayers, a voice. It allows us to vote on large fee increases, which we all know are just...
Hey, we're set for 3 tomorrow.
For far too long, politicians in Colorado have raised the cost of car registrations, health insurance, and even hospital stays without giving voters a choice. They get away with it by calling their cost increases fees instead of tax hikes. Voting yes on Proposition 117 would change that and stop the hidden tax hikes. Vote yes on Proposition 117 to give Coloradans the voice they deserve. Paid for by Unite for Colorado. Katie Kennedy, Registered Agent.
Investments hit all-time lows, except for Become the Banker. Do you know how much money was lost in those accounts? Not one penny. Become the Banker is a safe, guaranteed return of 4%, a 1% dividend. In a nutshell, you overfund life insurance on purpose to build a tax-sheltered cash account for retirement, promoting to yourself along the way, and not losing to the sun. BecomeTheBanker.org. You owe it to yourself to go to the next seminar. BecomeTheBanker.org. Who's laughing now?
This is former Notre Dame quarterback Brady Quinn. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by United Healthcare.
So the Broncos-Patriots game has moved to Week 6, and Week 6's originally scheduled game with the Dolphins was moved to Week 11 as the NFL continues to shuffle games around due to COVID-19. The Lakers bring it home to...
Do you think people have lost interest in football?
I think more other sports.
Do you have the same interest in
football?
football?
Oh, no, not even close. No. Yeah, they've lost interest, absolutely. Not as bad as basketball.
Why basketball?
I think for all the crap that they're saying out there, and it's a shortened season and everything, so I think basketball's really going to be hurting, really hurting. And they're pissed off about their China, that they're closing up to China so bad.
Then you can hear K-How while you're working from home. Getting 6:30.
Why? They used to play there?
No, China's a big market for them, for the NBA.
On TV, right?
TV and buying...
Hello, I'm Tom Martino, and I welcome you to the show, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Some of our YouTube and Facebook comments are pretty funny. We call these people now our Insiders Club. Luna keep money, say you no travel. The other one is, when you guys are going to get in the studio, Jesus, it's been too long. Okay, well, that's true. I don't know when we're going to get in the studio. I really don't. And sounds like you guys are in a cavern. What is that? My mic sounded pretty good today. Nowhere near the quality of sound. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think everything is looking good and sounding good. We did have a problem once before we fixed. All right. Jim, fight your general contractor first, okay? I'm really, there's nothing else I can tell you. That general contractor, and we looked at the photographs. Oh, my goodness. You live on one hell of a hill, bro. And I'm telling you that I see what's going on here. And you know, I know exactly. That dirt, by the way, that dirt, who put the dirt there? Who put the dirt there to make that flat spot?
Tractor did that, and it was the old berm that, went down the hill.
Okay, listen, here's what I want to tell you. That was never done properly. If that berm or that extension of your driveway, you wanted to make your driveway, you wanted to make it wider. Whoever moved the dirt and did the dirt work for underneath the asphalt, they're the culpable ones. Here's why. If that berm was excavated and moved out properly and tamped, it would be solid. It wasn't wet. It doesn't look like it was wet and compressed and tamped. So therefore, it's just loose dirt sitting on top. I don't even think they took the weeds down. I just think they plowed over some dirt and put pavement on it. And that on who did the foundation is the most important part of your driveway, and I see where your driveway is crumbling, and I see all those gullies from the water. I see exactly that's why they call it a gully washer. I can see that, but you want to know something?
Yeah.
That's the dirt work was done wrong. If you had somebody doing proper dirt work, Mark had dirt work done, it doesn't do this. It doesn't do this because he wetted down the soil when he moved it and he compressed it as he went. Yours is not compressed. Can you imagine, Mark, if where your barn is built, they just did dirt like this?
No, you have to compact generally if you're doing a foundation to over 99% compaction.
They compacted nothing here because having the driveway sloped isn't the problem. The driveway didn't cause this. The poor dirt underneath it caused it. You're blaming the wrong person. So who made that extension on your driveway? Who did the dirt foundation?
The same subcontractor that laid down the...
Okay, well, he did it wrong. Okay? Sloping the driveway that way is not wrong because on a tamped piece of dirt, it'd go right over the top. He should have put some gravel down on it or something, but it would have cost you more.
Well, didn't they have a compaction test?
You know, poor asphalt. How long did he wait before putting the asphalt over that loose dirt?
Well, he didn't. Okay, he did tamp down. They had, machines out there pushing down, making it flat before they put down the asphalt.
No, I'm talking about
but
compressing.
Like
listen, man, I'm talking about compressing the entire way. Not just.
Oh, yeah, they didn't do that.
Each layer.
All they did was a flat area.
Yeah, they did a flat area on top. Everything underneath is loose dirt. In fact, even if he didn't slant the driveway that way, rain would have done it anyway. Because rain's still going to hit that dirt, and it's going to fall away. Everything was done improperly. Deal with your general contractor, okay? I don't know what else to tell you, man. You got a bad general contractor that let this happen.
Suggestion for somebody that can come out. See, the general hired the sub because the general didn't really, know doesn't have expertise on this. So I'm thinking about hiring somebody myself to just come out and say what needs to be done to fix this. And I wondered if you had recommendations.
Scott,
well, you got to have.
I don't know, man. Scott knows a lot about it.
You got to have a soil test. Figure out what kind of soil you're dealing with. Then you figure out the compaction level.
Did everything
then
wrong,
you got to
Jim.
have a guy that compacts it.
Jim, you're doing everything wrong. You can have an engineer. An extension of a driveway is like building a structure. You don't just put dirt out there and then pave on top of it. So if you need someone to tell you what needs to be done, any kind of contractor can tell you that. First, I would call Scott's Excavating, but he's not going to come out there free. You got to pay for somebody who knows what they're doing. He's on our referral list. He knows how to properly. He's going to tell you that hill was done all wrong. And they should have never paved on top of it because it wasn't compressed.
It's horrible. It's going to erode away to nothing. You're going to wake up and that SUV is going to be down that hill, man.
That's right. So you shouldn't park on there, and you keep wanting to give your general contractor a pass. What you need is your general contractor to hire somebody to come out and analyze it, or you do it, Jim. But I don't know what the hell's going on. You got the wrong people out there that don't know what the hell they're doing. That's your problem. You have the wrong people.
Call Scott.
Call Scott at 303-981-6559. He'll give you an opinion.
This is Denver's...
Frank Duran, Sheridan Auto Tech, and about...
Man, that looks horrible.
There's a little bit of gully.
That dude's going to wake up and that vehicle's going to be gone.
Yeah. Hey, we're good for 3 o'clock tomorrow.
Okay.
From the Betfred Sports
He
Traffic
didn't do any permits, man. He didn't do anything.
has reopened at Jubilee Trail and Pine Junction.
He should have a soil test, and then he's got to have an erosion plan so when it rains, it knows where the water's going.
That hillside maybe needed some fabric and rock on there.
Did you see this last? You see that last picture? Is that the?
Oh my God, is that the top?
No, that's the bottom. That's where it's eroding into on that road.
He doesn't have an erosion plan.
I know. That's where the county's going to be pissed about that.
That's what I know that. Let me tell you, they have to sign off.
Guys,
originals and more to listen
how do you do that?
You want.
Hit the
30 days. Visit audible.com.
You'd like to do that to him?
So let's talk about Sheridan Auto Tech, the place to go for trusted auto repairs and maintenance. Not just regular maintenance, but if something happens suddenly and you need someone, you can trust Uncle Kevin Calkin, the owner of Sheridan Auto Tech. They combine honesty, experience, knowledge, convenience, and value. That's why they've been growing for 20 years with thousands of satisfied customers in Lakewood, just west of Wadsworth, and that's on Colfax. And on Havana and Aurora, just south of 6th Avenue. 303-455-7242. 455-7242. SheridanAutotech.com. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. You know, when people say, what does he do for me? He will make sure you get the best price and your house sells quickly. And he has stats to show it. And if you're buying, he has a whole team who knows how to make the offers stand out and to negotiate the best price on that end. That's right. They can get you either way, whether you're buying or whether you're selling or you want to use them for both. You will have the best of the best. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Now listen, free home evaluations, more accurate than Zillow or those other places, based on what he knows he can sell it for. No obligation. 303-920-1622.
You think that's his driveway down there on the bottom that it like looped around? Because if that's a county road, they're really going to be pissed.
I thought that was his driveway, but I can't tell.
It probably is. It probably is. It just loops around there.
Accepting boats, motorcycles, RVs, and real estate donations. Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky for the FanDuel Sportsbook, and I want to tell you, I've been playing these same game parlays every week in NFL games, and I absolutely love this kind of bet. They're pretty simple. All you have to do is combine multiple bets from one game into a single parlay. You can combine bets like point spread, someone's rushing yards, and if the defense will score a touchdown. And this way, the payouts are even bigger when you win, and you settle all the bets within one game. And the FanDuel Sportsbook will refund the first same-game parlay that you lose on any NFL game each week, the first one each week, up to $10, so you can bet a different parlay risk-free every NFL week all season long. It is fantastic, and FanDuel is the only sportsbook app that has same-game parlays. So if you don't already have a FanDuel account, please.
Hey, that FanDuel buy-in.
Yeah.
If you win, so you can bet up to $1,000. If you win, no harm, no foul. If you lose, they give you whatever the credit is. You bet. So if you bet 500 and lost, you would get 500 in credit. Follow me?
Yep.
You got to do, I think it was 3 times that. You can never cash out the credit. So in other words, they give you 500 credit, and then you bet another 500 and you win. Instead of having 1,000, you would have 500. So you could cash out the 500, but you can never cash out the credit amount.
So that's just going to be a loss thing? Betting FanDuel? But so if you lose, does it take away from that credit?
Yeah, so if you, let's say you bet 1,000, you lose. They give you $1,000 in credits. You bet 1,000 again using your credits, and you lose, well then you're done. You get nothing.
Right.
If you win, you only have 1,000. You don't have 2,000.
Right, but
you can never cash out the credit.
Yeah, whatever your credit amount is, you can never cash out.
You can lose it and be done, or
that's right. You can lose it and be done. It's not a bad. Basically, they're giving you. If you look at it this way, they're giving you really. They're giving you the credit, but if you bet the entire credit and won, you would end up getting your own $1,000 back.
So if you bet that 1,000 again that you had in there and won, you could cash out the 1,000, but the credit goes away.
Not only could you cash out the 1,000, but you would still have 1,000 in credits.
Oh, you still would?
Yeah, you would still have 1,000 in credits till you lost it.
Wow.
Okay, so it's
that's
just
not bad.
But the best scenario is you win that first bet, then then you don't have to do any rollovers or anything. It's like
Right.
you never even used it. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you have 1,000 and double to 2,000, can you bet that 2,000?
No, because you can only use it on your first bet. Your first bet on the account.
Oh, and never again.
And never again.
So you can't use it until you run out of the 1,000. Like use 100 of it one time, 500 another time.
No, I think you can. I think
No,
you can do like
it's one bet. One bet. It's either it could be 100 all the way up to 1,000.
Right, but if you lose, they give you 1,000 or whatever you bet.
That's it. Correct. That's it.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. And let's not forget SaferNet, the internet filter that's there to protect you. SaferNet.com. If you are going to have anything online, it should go through a filter. And SaferNet is one of the safest out there. That means a phone, you pay a couple bucks a month to keep this protected. A laptop, a couple bucks a month. Your desktop, a couple bucks a month. That's right. And it's your account. You can have it for your business. You can have it for yourself. And you only end up paying around $2 to $3 at the most. It goes down to $2 a month per unit. It's really cheap. And it's up, and it filters and keeps all malware and viruses off your crap. It's wonderful. SaferNet.com. You can get 44 days free. There's no reason why anyone shouldn't do that. Get 44 days free for just putting Tom in the promo code. And you'll see if you do speed tests, it does not affect your speed at all, and in some cases actually speeds up traffic. SaferNet.com. And use Tom in the promo code. Okay, so Bill, what is going on with you, Bill? Welcome.
Yeah, this is Bill. I just wanted to ask your opinion on investing some money that I want to try to keep from paying capital gain on. And,
okay, now explain the derivation first, the source of the money.
Oh, okay. I had a rental house. It's an old trailer house, and I've owned it for like 20 years, maybe longer, and I had it rented to these people that just trashed it. And normally I do my own upkeep and stuff, but this thing was beyond repair for me because my knees are bad.
I got you.
And so I decided to sell it. So I done a fix and flip on it, just a flip on it, and they're going to do the fix. And I didn't make a lot on it, but I probably got, maybe 30,000 profit. And I've got, I gave 30 for it, and I got 59 out of it.
Okay, but hold on. Do you know, Bill, you said you paid how much for it?
30.
Okay, if you paid 30 for it, you can add in anything you've done to improve that property over the years. How many years did you have it?
Oh, God, at least 20, 25.
And over that time, did you do paint jobs and fix-ups?
Oh, yeah, I got a lot of... I don't know if I've got receipts for everything, but
you don't have to. Listen, the only time you need receipts is if you get audited. But if you are realistic about this, like how much did you put into that house over the 20
probably
years?
Another 10.
Well, okay, hold on.
You know, new paint jobs, new roof.
I understand that. That all counts. Now, if you put a roof on, you don't get to count. Well, you get to count your deductible and all that. You don't get to count what you didn't pay. But let's say it's 10 grand. So that would bring your bases up to 40. And how much did you sell it for?
59.
Okay, did you sell with a real estate person?
It was a fix and flip. It's one of those cash.
Did you pay any commissions?
No.
Okay, so you actually netted 30 grand.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Now you can subtract from that your 10 grand in
depreciation too.
Well, hold on. Did you depreciate that over the years?
Yeah, it was depreciated yearly like you do a regular rental.
Okay, what was your basis at the time of sale then? I forgot about depreciation. What was it?
39. I mean 59, I'm sorry. 59 sale.
No, listen, Bill. If you bought that rental for $30,000 and you had it for how long?
Yeah, I'm going to say 20, 25. I don't really know
Did you depreciate it over that time?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. It's whatever was allowed for with real estate.
Bill, it's
whatever
possible,
his accountant did is what he's saying.
Bill, it's possible your basis was zero.
Ah, okay, yeah.
I mean, but don't say, okay, you need to know. Don't guess one way or the other. You need to know. Who does your taxes?
My wife.
Well,
she's pretty good at it.
You have to figure out. I have a feeling if you had that for 20 years, you've taken every bit of depreciation, which means it would have gone to zero. Then you get to add back in any money you put into it that you didn't write off already. Okay, so it is possible that you do have to invest, that you really do have a $30,000 profit. It is possible, okay? I was thinking...
Yeah, but if he had that thing for, what did he say, 20 or 30 years, it's almost impossible to believe he didn't put, 30+ thousand into it,
He said he put about 10 into it, Mark.
That seems crazy over that amount of time. I guess maybe he did all the work himself and he's not calculating his own labor.
But here's the point, okay? Whatever the gain is, okay, there's nothing you can reinvest it in to offset the gain. You can't. You're going to have to pay tax, period, because you did not do it 1031. So it's too late.
Yeah, I told it probably 6-8 months ago.
Yeah, it's too late. You sold it. So now, I don't even think first of all, you have to accurately know what your gain is. The only way to know
I can do that. My wife's got all the paperwork, so I can go back and look at that.
Okay, let's say you depreciated it to zero, where every year you didn't have money to take off anymore, okay? And then let's say you never deducted the improvements. So those improvements were 10 grand. That would be your basis. So if you sold it for 60, all right, your gain would be 50. You don't get to take off the purchase price of that rental as a basis.
Oh, I see. Okay, I thought you did.
Only okay, Bill, you listen carefully. You only you don't get to subtract the purchase price if you have depreciated it. And
I see. Okay, I understand.
Because your purchase price starts out as your basis. And let's just say that you had 6 years to depreciate that, okay? And that's usually what it was back then. And if you had 6 years to depreciate it, then you simply do the math, man. You do the math. So what's the math here? The math is 6 years. So you take 30,000 that you bought it for, and hold on, 30 grand. Let me just do this. And you divide it by 6. That would have meant you got a $5,000 deduction for 6 years. Then you have so each year your basis goes down $5,000 to a zero. Then you have a zero basis. And then you add back into that basis any permanent improvements that you did not deduct. If you deduct them, they're already deducted. They don't go back to your basis. So it's possible, it is possible, very possible, that if you wrote off everything you did to it, and if you took depreciation on it, that every dime you sold it for is gain. Every dime. Every dime. And I'm going to bet it is. I'm going to bet you have a full $60,000 profit.
I think you're probably right.
Now, if you do have a $60,000 profit, then it's too late now to go and reinvest it. It doesn't matter if you do an IRA. It doesn't matter if you give it to the re-election fund for Trump or for Biden. It doesn't matter. You don't get to deduct it. It's a 60. You're going to take a hit in taxes. That $60,000 will be added to long-term capital gains, and on $60,000 you pay about 15% total, state and federal. I believe it's 20%. Sorry, 20%. So no, I think it's 20%, and I think that's what it is. But so out of 60, you would pay 12 grand.
How much do you make right now, man?
I've been told that there was a way to reinvest in a self-directed IRA. I didn't know anything about it. But
Bill, that is not true.
Got a break?
You can't just reinvest it in a self-directed IRA. You're getting a bunch of bad information because you have to invest like for like. Had you done your homework and you did a 1031, and in the 1031, you purchased a property owned by your own IRA in another LLC, it would have been possible. It is way too late to go back and do that now. You know, I'm sorry, Bill. You got a bunch of wrong information, and I really, you need to go to a tax expert before you make more trouble for yourself.
Report is sponsored by Audible. From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, good news on the west side of town.
I think, doesn't the
exemption
everybody gets, doesn't that exempt capital gains too?
Watch out for road
No, it does. No. That's only on personal residence.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
No, he's talking.
He makes zero. His personal exemption of 18 or 36,000, whatever it is.
24.
What are you talking? Oh, wait.
Yearly,
Mark, you're talking about a different kind. Hold on. I thought you were talking about the personal residence one.
No.
I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
Everybody gets a exemption now since Trump came in. I forget the amount of it.
24,000, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, then that would offset.
I think so.
If that's all he has is
Right.
capital gains.
Right. But he's got other stuff in there, Social Security, whatever.
GetFoundFast.com will analyze your website. GetFoundFast.com. It will cost you nothing. If you decide to use them, then that's good. They can help you. They can show you where your website needs help, but there's no obligation. GetFoundFast.com. Is your website visible to search engines? Does it load quickly? Does it have graphics bogging it down that makes audience go away? They can tell you how it is performing, and it's all free. Go to the website GetFoundFast.com for more information. Let's talk about information. When it comes to personal injuries, if you're in an accident, you need information. Now, obviously, take care of your injuries, right? But then, don't make stupid mistakes. Don't settle with that insurance company without first consulting an attorney. Don't take no for an answer without consulting an attorney. Call John Fuller for free legal advice. That's right, free. Now, if you guys decide you make a good match and you want to hire him, cool, but you don't have to. If the advice is free, and even if he takes the case, there's no out-of-pocket. He works on contingency. His name is John Fuller, and we have trusted him for years and years. 303-597-4500. 303-597-4500. PersonalInjuryCO.com.
It's more important right now to reach out to your customers.
Yeah, long terms is different depending on your bracket.
It is?
Yeah. 0% up to 40,000, 15% up to.
Wow. Wait, what?
If you're single there, yeah.
Wait, so if he doesn't make a lot of money, wait a minute.
Yeah, it can all offset. That's why I asked him how much he was making.
Keep him on there. Let me get this straight. That's based on he's married, he said, filing jointly. So what is up to 80 mean what? He doesn't pay anything?
It says long-term capital gains tax rates for the 20.
That means he pays zero?
No, I don't.
It says up to 80 grand, zero. That's what it says. I don't get that at all.
I don't think that's right. That's something.
Well, it says it though.
See, it's part of the AGI.
Yeah.
Your adjusted gross. So you married filing jointly, you pay zero rate for everything up to 80 grand? Really?
Can we get Eric on? Let's get Eric Reinemer on.
Holy cow, that is holy.
We got to get Eric on if we can. Even if we hold him over. Oh, he hung up? Shit. I still want Eric on.
For any pressure, never any obligation, and never an upfront fee. So if you're ready to start saving some serious money,
you still want Eric up?
Yep, I want to ask him.
Yes, long-term capital gains is also it's all part of the AGI.
Well, so I know it is.
So if you make less, you could go zero. You could get zero.
But you add that in first to get your AGI.
Right. You got to add everything with that to get your AGI. Correct. So he'd have to do that 60 plus whatever he made on the
Do you have that guy's number to call him back?
This is Jeff with the Rocky Mountain Men's Club.
That's
His number was unlisted.
Damn it.
And if you're one of them,
Well, he's probably listening.
I think we gave him wrong information.
He's probably listening. Well,
I don't know if we need to get Eric on, do we? Or are you sure what you're reading?
well, that's if my only income is long-term. If your only income is long-term capital gains, can I claim deductions against it? Since your capital income is less than and consists entirely of long-term capital gains, it will all be taxed at 0%. If it's below that.
So is it yes or no on there?
But you still got to file taxes. Yeah. I mean, if it.
Yeah, let's get him on. It can't hurt. Yeah.
Let's be real. Mopping is a hassle. You have to fill the bucket,
Let's get him next hour.
pushing a wet, heavy mop around, then cleaning the mop when you're done so it doesn't grow bacteria.
Yeah. There's
a hassle on top of a hassle.
That's just on Social Security. It's just added to your Social Security and everything.
I know.
Yeah.
For the 80.
Right.
Every time. And when you're done,
God. Oh, it wouldn't matter. I fucking
But you pay zero tax?
cleaner way to clean your floors.
Married filing jointly? 80 grand? Zero tax?
What if it's single? Married. What if it's single? How much?
40.
I can give you a call back if something opens up.
It's time to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. The moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Indeed delivers 2.5 times more hires than the other branded job sites combined, according to Breezy HR 2019. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get
that's a hell of a break.
for your first job post. Terms and conditions apply.
You know, dozens of HVAC
Way.
always advertising, but there's only one that I use and want you to use too. Coyote HVAC is veteran and family owned, and I've trusted them in my home for my heating and cooling. They're honest and genuinely passionate about their work and giving you a tailor-made solution to your HVAC.
This can't be. Oh my God.
What?
This can't be. This is.
Sounds weird. I've never heard of zero.
Hey, Mark, so you're. Something's wrong here.
Back on about 30 seconds.
Oh, that's just for the long-term capital gains.
Right now.
So other income you would pay tax on. You'd pay other tax on other income. But this is strictly for the long-term capital gains.
Yeah, you wouldn't have zero tax for the year.
Right.
Spas aren't just made in Colorado, they're made for Colorado.
Your regular tax rate would apply to the rest of the income. But that part would be taxed at that.
Seems so.
WindRiverSpas.com. Wind River Spas, built in Colorado for Colorado.
That's your total.
I'm Tom Martino here. It could be we gave some wrong information out to that guy about capital gains. We're looking at some more stuff here. Now, capital gains is taxed. We were right about that.
We were right that you can't reinvest it in order to get away from taxes. But there are some exemptions possibly that we'll discuss in the next hour. It's very important. We're going to get our accountant on. I think there are some exemptions depending on your income level. But right now, let's talk to Paul. He's been waiting a while. Paul, go ahead. What's happening? Paul.
Hey, Tom. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir. What's going on with you?
So back on August the 22nd, which was a Saturday, my wife ordered a brand new Samsung Galaxy cell phone from BestBuy.com. Tuesday comes along, like 3-4 days later, FedEx delivers the box. I go in and open it, and there's no phone. There's just 2 chargers in this factory seal box. So we call Best Buy, BestBuy.com that is. Best Buy says, well, we got to do an investigation with FedEx and blah, blah, blah. So we went through that investigation. In fact, the FedEx guy visited my house. And so then what we asked Best Buy to do was, hey, let's refund the money for the product we didn't get. So we have been promised this money since the middle of October. I mean, we called them as soon as we opened the box. So we've been promised this money ever since that investigation was finished. I said October, but I meant August. Still no refund. And we've been bounced from overseas rep to overseas rep. We have ticket numbers. We have case numbers. We even went into the Best Buy store here.
Did you pay for it on credit? Did you pay for it on credit card?
Yeah, debit card, yeah.
Why don't you just contest the charge and say you never got the merchandise, period? You just never got it.
Oh, I guess we could do that.
That's the very. How long has it been right now?
Well, it's going on 2 months next month or next week.
I think you still have time.
That's fine.
You got to do it within 6 months, I believe. You got to do it. Here's what you say: merchandise never received. Period.
Okay.
That's why. I mean, you were billed for it and you never got it. That's your easiest way. Now, if that doesn't work, we can get a hold of Best Buy. But why screw around with these people? If the merchandise was not received, then don't pay for it. That's what your debit and credit card affords you to do. So just do that, and then call us back if you need help. But I promise you, that's probably going to be your quickest resolution. We have more coming up, and we'll explain capital gains after this.
Greenberry.
Clear.
Peter Harris for Greenberry. I'm shopping for groceries right now, and yes, I'm wearing a mask. You know, the cereal aisle can be so very overwhelming. There are so many choices in here. But if you're looking for the healthiest cereal, that's Greenberry, with amazing onyx oil. Greenberry can protect you like no other, with more and powerful plant-based antioxidants. At Greenberry, we care about sugar control, and what that means for your health and the health of your family.
Hey, Mark.
That's why we start with lower sugar than other cereals. They use only whole grains to help slow sugar absorption.
Must be
We call
cold.
it sugar taste. Catchy, right? Greenberry cereals are great for everyone and can help manage diabetes and...
How is Trump's COVID
So
thing?
next time you're in the cereal aisle and
Hey, I was just asking, how is Trump's COVID? I've been not watching any news the last 4 days.
How what?
Is his COVID going?
I think it's going up pretty fast.
What do you mean?
I think there's a lot more cases.
No. How is he doing?
Oh, Trump, I think he's done. I think he's got antibodies now.
Oh, so he's not sick at all anymore.
That'd be the quickest fucking recovery I've ever heard of.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, but he got all the good cocktails, man.
gin tonic.
Yeah.
They are attacking you as a mom and a woman of faith because they cannot attack your qualifications.
Democratic Vice Presidential nominee Kamala Harris making
There's
a statement remotely.
I thought you were talking COVID in general. There's a lot of new cases.
Oh, yeah. No. Depending on your state.
I think 7.8 million cases.
He could run on and says, look at me, you can't hurt the bull moose. So the bull moose was Teddy Roosevelt. He actually got shot, and that day he gave a speech after getting shot. He says, and in the speech he says, you can't kill a bull moose.
Like nearly everything else this year, the reopening of bars...
Because he was the bull moose party.
...become political. Republican Governor Greg Abbott is letting the counties decide. GOP county leaders say yes, Democrats say no. But Glenn Whitley, the Republican in charge of Tarrant County, whose seat is Fort Worth, is ambivalent.
We don't know the exact right answer. I'm not sure there is an exact right answer.
His county's COVID numbers are surging, but the county's economy is suffering from closures. Whitley plans to decide by tomorrow whether to let bars reopen. Jim Ryan, ABC News, Dallas.
The Nobel Prize for Economics awarded to two Americans, Paul Milgram and Barry Wilson.
You're funny, Ken.
What are you saying?
Oh, we'll look it on YouTube there.
I gotta pull it up.
University of California and have pioneered new options.
You like that new control panel for YouTube?
Radio frequencies.
I kind of do. You know, it's just going to take a while, I guess, to get used to it.
Well, I mean, it gives you all the info.
Or you erase them after you look at them.
Other money managers
Yeah.
don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie-cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie-cutter portfolios
The
here.
difference is, though, I am an accountant, or I'm sorry, the engineer.
Goals and needs.
Well, you do sell investments that earn you high commission.
I like it. Read it, Tom. I put it on there. That's pretty funny.
Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different.
Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments and securities involve the risk of loss.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
K-How News Time, 103.
The victim of Saturday's shooting in Denver after protest has been identified as Lee Keltner, a contract security guard working for 9 years since arrest. John Tigan organized the Patriot Muster on Saturday. He spoke to Ross Kaminsky at 6:30 KHOW about the shooting.
He breached the guy something out of him. The guy turned around, slapped him. He pulled his gun for getting slapped and shot. That is not self-defense.
There have been some photos showing the victim of the shooting both spraying mace and slapping the security guard. Tigan's account confirms the slap, but when Ross first asked him about the shooting, Tigan said he'd already left the area around Civic Center Park. Gusty winds, mild temps, it means that we will have high fire danger today. Red flag warnings in effect for the Front Range foothills and much of the northeastern plains this afternoon until 6. Livability.com says Fort Collins is the most livable city in the U.S. That's the latest. I'm Kathy Walker.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Nordstrom Rack.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, no big problems on any of the highways around the metro area right now. Just a little bit of construction flowing on eastbound I-70 in Aurora, approaching E-470. Also a bit sluggish on westbound 270 at Vasquez. Everything else around town pretty wide open. There is a crash east of Boulder on eastbound Route. Slowing things down through there. Your forecast for today, a mix of clouds and sun this afternoon, a high in the mid-70s. We'll cool off to the upper 40s overnight tonight. Mostly sunny tomorrow for your Tuesday with a high right around 80. Mostly sunny and 80 on Wednesday. It is 70 right now in Denver. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Janine LaRose, 630 KHOW.
New arrivals are in Nordstrom.
Did you hear that Tony Dungy said on the radio about the Dak Prescott? Or no?
What do you say?
It's a blessing in this. It could be a blessing in disguise.
For you at your nearest store.
Who said that?
Tony Dungy.
Why?
It never comes out. I was just reading the article. It never comes up.
Pretty fucking good, I thought.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, he's had a good year so far. Really good.
You can see benefits and take a step towards a potentially
It doesn't.
profitable future by choosing Indigo microbial products for your hard red and soft red winter wheat.
It was dislocated, so that's why it was floppy.
Or visit
God, I know. Doesn't that just look freaky?
Indigo, from questions we grow.
But it's
Inc. That's the website.
season ending for sure, right?
SimplyFloresInc.com.
So it has to be more. I guess then that's different than a dislocated shoulder where you can just pull it out.
Oh, no, but he also had a compound fracture.
Everyone sells the same, so it all comes down to two.
So he had the fracture and it was dislocated.
Installation is critical. Buddy is at the top when it comes to installation.
Well, it was really bad. It was what was the name of the quarterback from the Washington that broke his leg, and you could just see it break in half?
Oh, yeah. In fact, they wouldn't even do the replays of it. In the bone, you could see the bone come out.
Yeah, I just like flopped it. Just like that guy, that MMA fighter, you know, when he kicked the guy and the guy blocked it.
This is the Troubleshooter Show.
Yeah.
Problems, answer questions, take complaints, and make your life a little easier. Now, we are going to be talking about capital gains, hopefully, we hope, in a little while, because there is an exception to capital gains, even on commercial property, okay? Now, we're not talking about capital gains on personal residences enjoy an exception. If you are single and you sell a property and you have a gain of $250,000, that gain is taxed. Is not taxed. You have an exemption of $250,000. So if you had a gain of, let's say, $500,000, you would subtract your exemption of $250 and only be taxed on the $250. When you're married filing jointly, that exemption goes up to $500,000. But that's on personal residences only. When it comes to commercial property, those capital gains are taxed accordingly. You don't get the tax credits you do as a single or married filer of $250 and $500. However, there is a formula. So if that gentleman who called in last hour is still listening, when you file, you sold a rental, you probably depreciated that rental down to zero, which means you had a zero basis in it. If you have a zero basis, or whatever basis, let's just talk about your gain. You said you had a $60,000 gain. If that is true, or a $60,000 sale, so let's say your gain was the full $60,000. I told you you were going to have to pay tax on that. But really, it depends on your entire income picture. So here's what we're reading. You take your entire income picture and then add that capital gain of 60. If that total number is below $80,000, you don't pay, as a married couple, any money on that. You're allowed an exemption. That's if all of your income with the gain is less than $80,000. If it's more than $80,000, then you pay 15%, right? Then it goes to a regular rate. So there's an exemption. So that's the regular. 15 is regular, then 5% state. So with married people, if you have income or a capital gain of $80,000, and when you add then you're exempted. But it has to be added with your regular income. So in other words, let's say your regular income is $100,000, and you have $50,000 in gain. You'd be taxed on the gain. You'd be taxed 15% state, federal, 5% state. If you had regular income of $10,000, regular income, Social Security and stuff, or let's say $20,000, and you had a gain of $50,000, added together, that's under 80, so you would pay no tax on that gain, and you'd only pay regular income tax on the rest of your money. I hope that makes it clear, but that's how you figure tax on your gain. You add it together with your regular income. If it's $80,000 or less, you don't pay any, or less than 80. I mean, and then over that, you pay 15%. I'm assuming these guys, if they had $60,000 in gain, if they didn't have $20,000 of income, if they could keep that total income under 80, with the gain counted, then they would not pay tax on it. All right, enough said on that. Tom, you want to talk about fire damage. What's going on, Tom? Welcome.
Hi, good morning, Tom. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
Yeah, my son condo was involved in that fire they had in Aurora this past week. Fortunately, he did not suffer any fire damage, but the water damage is extensive. I had a couple of questions. What kind of a lawyer should he talk to just to kind of clear up insurance?
Well, first of all, Tom, is he an owner?
Yes, he is.
Okay. So as a condo owner, you have homeowner's insurance from the drywall in, okay?
Yes.
And then from the drywall out is the HOA. Okay. And then the other people have from their drywall in. And even if you don't have insurance, you have that responsibility. So, if there is a covered event that happens outside the walls and it spills over into your property, whether it be smoke, fire, water, whatever it is, then his insurance would cover him.
Okay, that we understand.
Okay, now, if you're talking about what to do, you would not talk to an attorney about what to do. What I would do first is talk to a public adjuster about what to do. A public adjuster is, they're animals, not animals, they're, you know what I mean? What I meant was the animal, or their category is what they do is fight insurance companies for you. Most likely, no matter what kind of a loss you have, whether you're a condo owner or a homeowner, most likely the adjuster for your mortgage company will not be fair to you. But it's okay to talk to your insurance company first and say, hey, we need to cover this. What are you going to give me?
Tom, how does that? He brings up such an interesting question. Think of the last place you lived, Landmark. Let's say Landmark was burnt to the ground. I mean, what would they give you for your place? If they're only covering the contents and the walls in, that is surely not going to equal what you paid for it.
You know, that's a good point, actually. That is a good point. I don't know what would happen with a total loss, Mark, because when we talk condos, we normally, you're right, the amount of that condo, just that condo from the drywall in, the physical damage,
is nothing.
It wouldn't have come. You know what? I have never thought of that as far as total loss. Let's get Compass Insurance Group on right now. I need to ask him that. But Tom, as far as coverages, you don't have a claim against the HOA's insurance policy, so it doesn't matter. You have your own insurance and let them handle it. And then a public adjuster would help you handle your insurance. What were you thinking? What do you mean by sorting out insurance? What was on your mind? Tell me what you're thinking.
Well, one of the things, the HOA, he has to pay his HOA just like his mortgage. But in his HOA fees are the gas and water, and he's not benefiting from any of that, and he's still having to pay for it. Is there a way that we can fight the HOA?
Hell, that's a good question.
Now, what do you mean gas and water? For how long?
It's on his month as he pays his monthly HOA. He has to. That's included in his HOA.
But what I'm asking something very simple. Is he in his condo or not?
Every day.
Well, Tom, I don't even understand what you're asking. Sure, he has to pay his HOA, and sure he has to pay. Why would he not pay for his water and everything? Why would he not pay for it?
He's not in the condo. He won't be for a year.
I just asked if he was in the condo, and you said yes every day. So he's not in the condo.
I thought you meant as he was paying his HOA. No, the condo will be out for at least 6 months to a year.
Now I got you. He'll be out of that place for 6 months to a year?
Yes. Actually, he moved back to the house.
All right, now, all good questions. So should he pay his HOA fees? The bylaws will clearly spell that out. But let's talk to...
Yeah, but he's saying in that HOA fee is electric and gas. That would be crazy to have to continue to pay that.
Yeah, but listen, Mark, listen. Their gas and electric fee will go down accordingly. I mean, if they have a bunch of people displaced, they still have to pay their share of whatever minimums they're paying. I mean, it's not going to be like he's using a lot of gas and electric, but Tom, they charge, the condo doesn't make a profit on that. They're charging what they're billed, dividing by square footage. Does he get a common electric bill, Tom?
Well, he was in the, Tom, he just bought this condo. He wasn't even in it 2 weeks.
Okay.
So we don't know.
But Tom, I'm asking a question. He does know because it's spelled out in his closing docs. Did he have his own Xcel Energy account?
No, I do not believe he does.
Well, that would be the first time in history that I never heard of a condo not having its own meter. But let's say they're all paying common electric. What's to keep a guy that uses more electric from being unfair to the guy that doesn't, Tom? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Okay. Well, the same with, you said, gas. Do they all pay one gas bill?
Yes.
Okay. If they all pay one gas and electric bill, is everyone out of the condo? Everyone? Or just him?
No, this whole unit, there's 24 units in his condo area.
All right.
They're all out.
That 24-unit building, they pay a congregate bill, or an aggregate bill for, let's say, utilities. Don't you believe those utility bills will go down to next to nothing because no one's living there? Who's going to be using water? Who's going to be using electric? Who's going to be using gas, Tom?
All of the other units that are in this development.
No, that's not how they bill. They bill according to buildings.
We'll have to check into that. I'm not really clear on that.
I can tell you that's the way they do it because I know they don't have one meter for different buildings. They don't have one. They have one. If they go so far as to have 1 meter per building, I doubt they would have 24 buildings or 10 buildings on 1 meter, okay? What they usually do is they either have each individual condo metered or they have the building metered. That's the only way they can do water. They don't water meter the entire condo project. They water meter each building as far as I'm concerned, and also electric and also gas. First, I don't even know if that's true, but you're telling me everyone in that building pays the same electric and the same gas and the same everything, right?
That's my understanding,
okay.
Yes.
And that's based on a bill that condo development gets. Now, if 24 of those people are out of that building and that building's meter goes down to next to nothing, they should not have to pay for everyone else, I would agree. But I doubt they're billed that way. Because if they billed that way, they would have a problem with the Public Utilities Commission because they would then be a power company or a utility reseller. They're not allowed to do that. So first we got to straighten that out. But let's talk to Brian Burns at Compass Insurance right after this and get to what insurance does and who pays for temporary living and what happens in the event of a total loss and all of those questions.
Clear. Zero res, coming up about 30 seconds. Do you want him to get found fast?
Do you think
it's the little things that make you...
Tom, do you hear me?
...serve a Medicare plan that
Tom.
What?
Needs.
You have zero res and get found fast. Do you want him to do one of these?
So you can find just the right plan for you. Call
all right.
362-8715.
10 seconds till zero res. Here you go.
362-8715 to get Medicare with more. Remember, Medicare annual enrollment ends December 7th.
ZeroResDenver.com for your protection, cleaning your carpets. Dirt, dust, and allergens lurk in our carpets. You can now have 3 rooms done for $99 with one of the simplest methods, empowered water. No soaps or emulsifiers, no dangerous chemicals, and they will get those carpets clean, and they will kill germs beneath the surface. That's right. And 3 rooms, just $99. Schedule online at ZeroResDenver.com. That's ZeroResDenver.com. And you know what? They also have ZR Shield.
At Napa,
this is a 60-second
you 20% online or in.
Yeah, my bad. I thought you were sorry about that.
Okay,
we're the only ones calling us that. But it's
okay. The ZR Shield. I thought you had just given out the number and you were saying ZeroResDenver.com at the end like you normally do.
That's okay. Power ever, saving you 20%. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa Know-How.
Napa Know-How.
20%.
Gotcha. If anything, if you want to come back and give a number real quick.
Offer ends 10/31/20.
All right, check it out. GetFound.com. This free analysis of your company website, it is so important. It only takes about 10 to 15 minutes. It's 100% free. These guys are not some high-pressured SEO company. They do everything for ReferralList.com and some of our other SEO and virtually everything we do. You just want to get this freebie from them. They'll do a free back and forth, a webinar. Once again, 10 or 15 minutes, you're going to find out the best keywords for your industry. You're going to figure out where your competition is. They're going to show you your visibility compared to all the competition. That's the bottom line. It's free. You'll get good information at least, and at most, you'll find a company that can help you rank top in your category. GetFoundFast.com. Just go to GetFoundFast.com.
The following is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
Is your performance in the bedroom not what it used to be? Do you take pills for erectile dysfunction, but they just don't work that well? Or perhaps give you side effects like headaches and more? Or do they not work at all and you've just given up hope? This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're experiencing some or all of these things, you need to make an appointment with us. Your sexual health has a lot to do with your confidence, your positivity, your energy, and most assuredly, your relationship. But far too many men suffer far too long before seeking help for ED. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating these types of conditions. It's all we do. We use proven treatment protocols and treatment combinations that work in nearly 90% of men. In fact, your performance could be enhanced to where you could last up to an hour hour, or even longer. So make your appointment today. For just $99, you'll get a consult, blood work, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call us today at 720-440-7900. That's 720-440-7900, or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Brent Ivinson, Ideal Home Loans. Talk about how you can help home buyers.
Our Ideal Home Purchase Plan that is an all-encompassing roadmap to buying your next home. It's our 3-week closing guarantee where we underwrite and approve your loan up front. Our home buyer scouting report where you search for your next home so that when we find the house that works for you, you can close and close quickly without overpaying.
IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000. Equal Opportunity Lender, regulated by DORA, NMLS 136756. For terms and conditions, call 844-45-IDEAL. When it comes to kitchen countertops and cabinets, you're flooded with choices. But my recommendation is but one choice, Art of Granite, luxury with value. Hi, I'm Tom Martino. Wholesale prices on all stone and surfaces, including quartz. Pay only for fabrication and installation. And when the kitchen is done, the bathroom is free. All tear out and haul away is also free. Call now for your selection of quartz. All the latest colors. 303-386-5919. TheArtofGranite.com.
This report.
30 seconds.
Take Back Day, October 24th. DEATakeback.com.
We'll enjoy some much cleaner air today. All that wildfire smoke taking a break thanks to weakened mountain snows. Windy, though, the high 75. I'm Fox 31. Pinpoint weather meteorologist Brooks Garner.
Hi, I'm Miss America 2020 Camille Schreier, and I'm asking you to join me in support of the DEA's Take Back Day on Saturday, October 24th.
10 seconds. You're back in, guys.
Back. Visit DEATakeback.com. That's DEATakeback.com.
630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Okay, now let's talk. We have Compass Insurance. We have some important questions for Compass. Brian Burns is with the Compass Insurance Group, by the way. They're home of the free insurance checkup. Don't forget about that. That's where they'll compare your coverage and make recommendations to you free of charge, no obligation. Everyone should get it done. 303-996-9000. 996-9000. Let's talk to Brian. Hey, Brian, listen. I want to ask a first obvious question that Mark asked that I never thought of. I had a condo policy over at Landmark, and you've written condo policies for me in the past and for others, and they insure from the drywall in. In the event of a total loss, the price of that condo from the drywall in would never take into consideration the high rise and the fact that it was a penthouse and all of the intrinsic value. What the hell would I get in a total loss with just a condo policy if the entire building burned down?
Well, no. It would be in conjunction with the HOA policy. The HOA policy is going to be required to get it back to the certificate of occupancy point, but your insurance would pay for any kind of upgrades, any kind of extra things that you did to your condo. That's where your dwelling coverage would come into play on a total loss.
And what would happen during the time they're building? What would I get temporary lodging for 2 or 3 years by the time they build a giant facility?
Right. So that just depends on what your coverage is on your policy. That's why you got to look at what your loss of use coverage is. But yes, there is loss of use on a condo policy. It just depends on what your policy is to see what the amount of that would be.
Would the HOA be responsible for any... Wait, 1 sec, Mark. Would the HOA be responsible for any part of that?
For the loss of use?
Yeah.
No, I've never seen an HOA policy pay for loss of use.
So I'm just out of luck. If there was a total loss in a building, I would be screwed.
Well, I mean, it depends. Like the condo policy I had for you had unlimited loss of use, so there wasn't a time limit or a dollar limit. So you're really, I mean, it's not ideal because you're really at their mercy with how long it was going to take to rebuild it. But you would still have the coverage. But
and
yes,
if they didn't rebuild, let's say they didn't rebuild, would they have to settle with each and every owner for their market value or what?
Well, I don't know about market value. I'm sure it's in the contract, but they would have to settle with you because you're technically, you are the HOA. You're a part owner of that.
Okay. Now, Mark, what were you going to say?
Well, I was going to say exactly that. What happens if they didn't rebuild, like Tower 3 in New York City? Forget about Tower 1 and 2, but I mean, some of those were like condos and townhomes. Those things were never rebuilt. That's where I was coming from. What happens if it literally is never rebuilt? Like on Tom's policy, where he has unlimited, does that mean they're going to pay for him to live the rest of his life?
No.
No, of course not, because there has to be an end in sight at some point. But the point on that would be that the HOA would have to vote to approve not to rebuild, and then there would be a settlement with that HOA policy. It's not like it just goes away.
That's right. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
policy
They'd all
is
have
what
to
we're
vote
paying.
on it and all that. All right, so in Tom's situation, his son was in a building of 24 units. There's a fire. Now, his son sustained damages of water damage, and of course, his condo insurance will pay for that, and the HOA will pay for the rest. But he had a question on temporary living expenses. When he's out, he's going to be out for maybe 6 months to a year. So it's whatever temporary housing coverage he has covers that, right?
That's right. So it's your loss of use amount, and you were right on in saying that's a question mark, because I see policies that come through. I've seen them come in with like $5,000 of loss of use coverage. So you can imagine that's not going to get you very long. And so it is important to see what your coverage is underneath loss of use.
Okay, and Tom had another question, and I don't know if you'd want to weigh in on it. What about the monthly HOA dues? Would my insurance pick those up?
No, your insurance would not. Here's how it would work. So if he was living in another location and then there was additional fees associated with that he would not have had to endure otherwise, the insurance would pay that. But it won't pay things that you were supposed to pay already. I get he's not there, but he would be paying that anyways. He doesn't have an additional cost that he wouldn't be, carrying otherwise.
But he'd have to pay his mortgage. He'd have to pay his HOA.
That's right, and that he would have had to pay that if he was living there.
Right, I
Well,
understand
and his question was the pro rata of the utilities.
Yeah, well, that's not a question for Brian, though, because utilities, as I said, I have never heard, Mark, ever of 10 buildings or 4 or 5 buildings being on 1 meter and one water tap and 1 gas tap. I think they do it per building. If the entire building is empty, however they divvy it up, it's going to be less than they normally were paying. I doubt he was paying a flat rate. Was he paying a flat rate, Tom, on utilities?
Honestly, Tom, I don't know.
All right, let's find out, and we'd love to talk to him about it. One thing is for sure, whatever those utilities are, I mean, if he's not using them, they shouldn't be billed for them accordingly. I mean, obviously, but he should pay his HOA fees because that's what he normally would be paying. But if like you're saying, the gas and all of that's built in, okay? But here's what you're also saying. You don't know if it's a varying amount. So does his HOA fees go up and down every month? Tom? I guess he hung up.
You there?
Okay. Tom, are you there?
No, I'm right.
Do the HOA fees vary, or are they the same amount every single month?
We don't know. He was only in the condo for 2 weeks when this happened.
Yeah, but it says so on your closing docs. Okay, here's what you need to find out. Find out how he's billed for utilities. What's the name of the project?
You're going to have to ask. I don't know. Okay. Honestly, I don't.
I'll tell you what, Tom. Here's what you do. Here's what you do. We'll still help. Find out the name of the project. Get a public adjuster involved. Also, you need to find out how he pays for gas and electric. If it's fair, it's fair. If it's not, it's not. Then you got to fight it. But, I mean, if they pay a flat fee every month in an HOA and it's unlimited use of utilities, and now they're not going to be using utilities on the rebuild, then they should make some kind of adjustment accordingly.
His biggest thing is going to be to find out how much they're going to pay each month and for how long, because if he's got a policy like Brian,
you got a break soon,
a maximum of $5,000, this will put him into a bankruptcy.
Right. So you need to figure all of this out. Call us back, Tom, or have your son call us. We have more coming up.
Clear. Joe Lazare in a minute.
Got it.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplis today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver.
Building takes a year. You know and I know to rebuild landmark would take fucking 5 years.
Oh, at least.
Red Sports Traffic Center, no big problems being reported on any of the highways around the metro area right now.
I always wanted to know, you know in California, those homes that they build on a cliff, what happens if the fucking cliff gives out during an earthquake? And that's it. I guess they just pay you to rebuild them out. Your land is gone.
But earthquake is not covered.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Don't you have earthquake insurance?
You can have earthquake insurance, but most people don't.
So it's like flood insurance.
It's 72 right now in Denver. With your impact.
Yeah, I suppose.
That would be fucking.
You're right on those, and that happens. You know that happens on those cliffs.
Got you 10 seconds, Joe Lazare.
California donors funding Prop 113 don't. Stand up for Colorado voters, not California donors. Vote no on Prop 113. Paid for by Unite for Colorado. Katie Kennedy, registered agent.
I think it's safe to assume that none of us ever expect to be charged with any crimes. That's why you don't have a defense attorney at your fingertips. But you know what? I did the shopping for a defense attorney, and he's been on my referral list for like 30 years, Joe Lazare. That means if you ever are faced with a DUI, maybe shoplifting, assault, or let's put it this way, one of your children or a loved one or someone you know, you can refer Joe Lazare, criminal defense attorney. Joseph A. Lazare, technically, 303-429-6200. He's at referrallist.com. So here's what you do. Put the name away. I hope you don't need it. But if you do, know that I did the shopping, you have flat rate pricing, and you have someone who will defend your rights. Whether you made a stupid mistake, you want to make good, you want to make a deal, whatever it is, don't do it alone. Criminal defense attorney Joseph A. Lazare. LazareLegal.com. 303-429-6200.
Rates are like a roller coaster lately. Are you concerned about the future and how to protect your home? Do you want to become mortgage safe? Take AIM, affordable interest mortgage. With home values still at their highest level ever and rates at historic lows, now may be the best time to be prepared if the economy changes. Last time many of our friends lost their home when it was unnecessary. Take AIM, 720-895-0500. Many of our clients have the ability to tap their equity.
I don't get that one comment though, Dano.
Which comment?
I read it. It doesn't make sense.
Oh, let's see. He's trying to be funny.
I know, but I don't get it.
Because I was saying stuff on break about accounting. Mark always says stuff about engineering. And then Tom, you just said, hey, I'm a pilot.
I what?
Tom, did I mention I am a pilot?
But I don't see it. I didn't see it.
It got cut off.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
720-895-0500.
You know, the thing Mark always says.
Yeah. But I don't think I ever talk about that.
Think you
well,
have.
I do, but only when it comes up with other reasons.
Right. These are signs of widespread pipe failure due to old, corroded, and shoddy pipes. Rerouting a pipe or other Band-Aid fixes are not the answer. Only a whole house repipe with brand new high-quality PAX or copper will permanently solve the problem. Repipe Specialists. No more leaks and great water pressure. They've been doing this for over 25 years, serving over 40,000 happy customers. Repipe in just 1 to 2 days at half the cost of a plumber with a lifetime guarantee. So say goodbye to leaks once and for all. Enjoy a pipe leak-free home.
This is interesting. So
call us today for your free.
This is fucking crazy.
Even take 20% off
in
a low price.
Louisiana,
interest when you call today.
There's a lot of shorefront that people own where the ocean is now encroached and their land is underwater. You follow?
Yeah.
And they're arguing it's still their land.
Are eligible for a lower mortgage rate.
Oh.
But they have a law in Louisiana that says if it's basically underwater, then everybody's got rights to it. But yet they actually owned it, and it was land at one point.
That is, yeah.
What's that?
In Louisiana and stuff, there's people that had land that's now underwater, and they say they still own it, but there's a Louisiana law saying that if it's underwater,
It says that waterways that are accessible by boat are supposed to be public property. But this guy's going, are you fucking kidding? I spent a couple $100,000 on that land.
There's never any pressure.
And then, well, like I say, if they had mineral rights, they'd still own those. But
Call American Financing.
God, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Who owns, the legal question becomes, who owns the land that goes underwater?
Hi, I'm Peter Harris for Greenberry. I'm shopping for groceries right now, and yes, I'm wearing a mask. You know, the cereal aisle can be so very overwhelming. There are so many choices in here. But if you're looking for the healthiest cereal, that's Greenberry, with amazing onyx oil. Greenberry can protect you like no other, with more and powerful plant-based antioxidants. At Greenberry,
But here's even a better question. What the fuck why is this guy fighting for it? What would he possibly do with a fucking acre of land underwater?
it'd be his fishing hole.
God, I mean, really, what is this guy fighting for?
And can help manage diabetes and prediabetes. So next time you're in the cereal aisle and feeling overwhelmed, remember the name Greenberry, available in bran flakes, honey.
I don't know if I want to work out or not.
Cinnamon frosted shredded wheat.
Greenberry, healthy cereal for your family.
Florida's having the same kind of issues in the panhandle.
I thought Florida used to sell land that was underwater. No, I'm serious. That was always the joke, right?
Yeah, the swamp land or whatever.
Your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay. Eric, what's going on with you? Welcome to the show. I noticed
Tom?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Tom, how's it going? I'm 62 years old. I have my credit score is 0, no score. I have no credit. And I was wondering if you could tell me if I should get a secured credit card. I'm unemployed right now even, but I want to start building my credit because I got enough money in the bank I could just pay it off every month, what I use.
Have you ever, so you've never had credit before is what you're saying?
Well, I bought a house in the 80s during the Depression, and I paid it off within 4 years because I was making a lot of money, but they don't count that, though.
What do you mean they don't count that? Who doesn't?
The bureaus, the credit bureaus, because it was
It's
too
so long ago. That's why, Tom. I mean, that's 40 years ago.
Oh, I get it. So you've had nothing since then?
No, I paid cash for everything. I paid cash for my condo. I paid cash for my car. I'm well to do.
Then why do you need credit?
Well, in about 2 years, I'm going to retire, and I want to get a loan to remodel my condo. It's really junky, and then I'm going to sell it and move to another state.
Okay, Eric, I'm not suggesting that you don't need credit. I think everyone should have credit and use it properly as a tool when needed or have it for emergencies. But, Eric, the reason I'm asking this is because you've gone so long. If you saved up for a condo, you saved up for everything. Why not save up for fixing it up? Why would you need a loan?
Well, I don't have that much money in the bank, and I'm going to have to pay the contractor, I would think, $30,000 or $40,000.
Eric, you said you're well-to-do. How much money how much cash total do you have?
I have about $30,000 in IRAs, and I have about $10,000 in the bank.
And that's what you call well-to-do?
Well, for me it is. I come from a poor neighborhood,
No, I'm not, listen, I'm not making fun of you, but you're saying 40 grand is well-to-do, and you have no bills.
No, but he still has the condo. How much is the condo worth?
Yeah.
About $250. I own it free and clear.
Okay, and no bills, right?
Right.
You are doing pretty well, okay? So, the fact that you have no bills, you have a condo free and clear, and that you're doing pretty good. So I would say that to build credit, one thing you may want to consider. First of all, are you going to have work or are you retired?
I'm semi-retired. I'm probably going to get some more. I only been working part-time for years. I'll probably get a part-time job, but I'm unemployed, so I don't know if they'll even give me a secured one, you know.
That's right. You may not get a secured one. You have to put money in a bank. Usually you don't get turned down for a secured one, even being unemployed. But what kind of work do you do when you do work?
I was doing basically just part-time service jobs like restaurant.
Your whole life? What was your main career? Anything?
I was an electronic technician and a computer programmer most of my life.
Oh, okay.
I made $1 zillion at the airline as a avionics technician.
Yeah. Can you do avionics still, or have you lost it?
I probably could. My eyesight's pretty bad, but I probably could get hired doing that.
I mean, there are a lot of maintenance facilities around still that do avionics big time, and in fact, a lot of them were hiring during this upgrade that airplanes had to do to what's called ADS-B, and man, there were a lot of jobs going around. But here, I guess the thing is this, Eric. The problem I'm going to have here is I was going to suggest you take a mortgage out on your place, even though it's paid for, and you use that money to build credit. And a reverse mortgage,
I don't think he could get it.
Well, a reverse mortgage, you possibly could. Maybe not. You do need a credit report. You're right. But a secured credit card will not build fast enough for the amount of money you're going to need. It's just too little, too late. A secured credit card will give you some credit, but not a lot. And
but you could get even cheap hard money. If everything he's saying is correct, he owns something worth $250. I mean, I'd lend him $50,000 on that with almost no questions asked, and a lot of people would. But you're going to pay way higher interest, man.
Like Eric, if you wanted to fix up your place and sell it, that's a good plan. And what you need to do is come up with a plan on how much it's going to cost to fix. Then what Mark is talking about is you go to a lender who is willing to take equity only and do you a loan. But the problem with this is if you go to somebody with no credit, and let's say your place is worth $250 and you want to borrow $50, that's an easy loan to get from hard money. But they'd probably charge you $5,000 up front, or $2,500, $3,000 up front, meaning being added to the loan. And then what they would do is they would probably charge you 5%, and they would make
or more.
Well, I don't know if they go more with the rates the way they are now.
Oh, well, yeah, and plus you're saying that $5,000 origination. Yeah.
And so then when you're done fixing up the house, you sell it and pay them off, you're going to owe, $55,000 plus interest, or maybe, $60,000. I mean, what I'm saying is it's hard money, but it might be the only money you can get. Now, make no mistake, hard money people take higher risks for higher returns. It's not immoral. It's not unethical. It's something some people do. So if you want to do that, you may consider it.
Let me ask you this. Is getting a secured credit card hard to get, and is that a good first step anyway?
It is. It is a good first step. They're not hard to get, but it will not build the kind of credit you're going to need to borrow money on your condo.
Right.
But it will help you out. After a year, and the only reason I know this is my 18-year-old kid went through it, who's now 20. After 1 year of a perfect payment history, then they'll convert it into a regular credit card. Then you'll really start building.
Okay, so...
Okay.
When will
I'd have to wait
tell me
year.
this. When will you want to start on this deal? When will you want to do it?
In about a year and a half or 2 years.
Well, it's going to take you 3 to 4 years to build credit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but you should get started anyhow.
Of course you get started. Now, there is another way. If you could get somebody to report to the credit bureau a mortgage, and you take out a mortgage with somebody, and I'm not saying I would do it, but somebody like me or somebody who has some money that is willing to report to the credit reporting agency and take money from you and loan you money, and then you pay it off, that could be your faster road. But again, anyone who gives you money based on equity only is going to charge you more. That's why you need to find someone who's not too greedy that might do you a favor. And then they report to the credit agency.
Yeah, see, I've been unemployed for about 9 months now, too. I got laid off.
But you have enough money. See, if you have enough money to pay payments, for example, let's say you take out a $50,000 loan on your condo, and then you pay it back, and then do a lump sum after 2 years, and you pay it. If you did it with someone who would report to the credit agencies, you would get really good credit, and it would be in the category of credit you need for what you want. But it will cost you. It's unfortunate, but it will cost you.
Yeah.
And that is, and this is for all the Ramsey converts. I just want to tell you, listen, you know, there's nothing wrong with not having credit. There's nothing wrong with living a cash life, but it will never be your best life. Credit is a tool that should be used properly. Sure, it can get you into trouble, just like drugs can get you into trouble, but not all drugs are bad. Not all credit is bad. Now you have a situation where this guy wants to build credit so he can at least sell his house and fix it up. And in order to do that, it's going to take him some money to do it, because he's going to have to get a hard money lender to do a mortgage, to report back to the credit bureaus, and it's going to cost him some upfront fees, and it's going to cost him some interest. And it's unfortunate, but that's one of the ways to do it. You know, what you ought to do is I can put you in touch with a legitimate lender who does these kinds of loans out of the box, and I'm just suggesting you talk to them, not that you do it. In fact, I would not do anything until you talk to me again. Again, I don't make any money on this whatsoever, but if you want someone at least honest that won't rip your head off, I can give you someone's name, okay? And see if you can work out a mortgage, but only if they will report to the credit agencies. It would be not even worth it if they don't. Hold on, more coming up.
Clear, Rocky Mountain Retro and Master Root of this break.
Now.
Okay. This report is sponsored by Betfred Sports.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center.
Yeah, I wonder how Ramsey would handle that call.
Daphne, I put on the line there who he should contact for a private money loan.
Seeing some slowing on that stretch from Colorado, but everything else pretty wide open.
So I can't even believe the guy
does those.
So I can't even believe 62 he'd have no credit. How do you go through life like that? That guy. How do you go through life with no credit like that? Never a credit card. Must never rented a car.
It's 73 right now in Denver.
That's amazing.
That's what I'm saying.
That Ramsey, I tell you, that Ramsey thing.
The Betfred Sports app introduced.
Like I say, he's basically dealing like
you don't go to hotel rooms. You don't rent a car.
Right. It's like saying, okay, you're a druggie, so I'm never going to give you an antibiotic.
What is iHail?
Rocky Mountain Retro Foam is a product that everyone should investigate if they have a home that's older than, let's say, 10 years. And the older, the more you need it. Rocky Mountain Retro Foam. Let me explain this stuff. This is an insulation that goes in from outside the house. I love it because they never ever touch the inside. They never bother you, the living space. And they can inject it into the home to cover every nook and cranny and to make your home 50% more energy efficient in just a few days. It starts paying for itself immediately. Why wouldn't you want to do this? It's environmentally friendly, it won't off-gas, it just keeps your house warm and cozy and more quiet. 720-676-6333. Get a free estimate. 720-676-6333. And to watch this stuff in action, look at the video I made. FoamYourWalls.com.
The Trading Group Show, Sundays at
What were you saying, Mark?
If you want to learn how to make money in the stock market, The Trading Group Show, Sundays at 3, or call 888-646-8787 for a free demo. The success of your retirement should not depend on who wins the upcoming election.
How can you better protect your money from politics? Find out by listening to Mile High Retirement, Saturday at noon on 630 KHAL.
If anybody, and I mean any company, ever tells you you need a sewer line replaced, you have to call for a second opinion. You want to call the people at Troubleshooter Plumbing. These are those great guys that have great prices. I've seen them save up to 50% from the competition on sewer line replacement. If anyone ever tells you you need sewer line replacement, get a second opinion. We have found lots of times you do not even need it. Here's their number, Troubleshooter Plumbing, 720-434-3406. These guys do it all, 24/7 emergency service. They install sinks, they install toilets. No job too big, too small, and they've got great discounts for senior, military, and single-income families. Troubleshooter Plumbing.
There are a lot of things we don't discuss about motherhood, and incontinence is one of them. I first noticed my leaky bladder after my second pregnancy, and I gave up exercising shortly after. When I learned about Revive Bladder Support, I was excited to try a non-surgical option. Revive is easy to use and inserted just like a tampon. You can wear Revive up to 12 hours to provide consistent bladder support.
The mother of John McCain just died.
What? The mother?
108 years old.
Holy cow.
Roberta McCain.
Wow. Wow. You know, her husband, John McCain's dad, was a admiral in the Navy.
Yeah.
And there's a ship named after him.
Let me see here. She was a native of Muskogee, Oklahoma. 21 and a college student when she eloped to Tijuana, Mexico with a young sailor named John S. McCain.
Wow.
He became a Navy admiral.
Wow.
Boy, 108.
Well, your dog's that old in human year.
Fuck, she surpassed her.
They're going to be writing a very good bibliography or biography when...
I'm not big on the, I think they are patriots, don't get me wrong, but man, he was so anti-Trump.
No. That's John, that's the son.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking Junior.
Right.
Actually, wait a minute. He might have been the third. Hold on.
Or call 866-233-5705. Work smarter. Sell more.
Yeah, I don't understand why he wasn't the third.
I think they got to be the full name.
See, in January 1933, Roberta ran off to get married to a sailor named John S. McCain Jr. Oh, okay, that probably is Junior, okay. Now, wait a minute, how old was McCain when he died?
I don't know, 70 or something. No, she wasn't married, that's his mom.
Yeah, that's his mom, that's my whole point. So his name is Junior. Wouldn't that make McCain a third?
Well, in order to do that, everything's got to be the same, right?
Oh, so John S.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the only show anywhere in the universe where we are solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints. We don't have a lot of time. Just want to remind you, RealCBDThatWorks.com for pain relief, anxiety relief, inflammation relief. Real CBD that works. Use Tom in the promo code for 40% off. All right, let's talk to Tim. Tim, what's going on with you?
I just got an issue. I just had my van, my 2018 Dodge Caravan, repaired by a place called iHail Smart Auto Repair.
And what's the problem?
Well, I only had the van for 3 months when we had that hailstorm down here in Colorado Springs, and I should have known they were door to door, but I let them do the repairs. And when I got the van back, none of the dome lights worked and none of the steering wheel buttons worked. And when I contacted them to tell them what the situation was, they were like, oh, you spliced into the wiring harness, it's not our problem. And then,
well, hold on. What do they mean by that? You spliced in. What do they mean?
Well, I have a aftermarket dash cam that they saying that I spliced into a wiring harness, and I don't know how they got that because it's plugged into a cigarette lighter power.
All right, hold on a second. We're going to have to continue this tomorrow and fight for this guy. If in fact we can do it, we will. Hold on. We'll look up this company. I'm Tom Martino. We're simply out of time. Don't forget, folks, referralist.com for help, information, and referrals, and save all your problems for me.
Clear. Talk to you tomorrow.
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino and stay connected.